Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. Mostly drunk. Only mostly drunk. Always encouraged.
Shout out to... sorry. I know.
No.
Go ahead.
Always encouraged, but never mandatory, the drunk part, by the way. I am your host, Jedi Master Grayson. I'm joined by, as always, by my favorite... Oh my gosh.
I'm your brother, and I am their favorite cousin, Bill.
Exactly.
And shout out to Heavy Spoilers. He in his most recent breakdown of Aliens, he said mostly. Like he did that. He did the mostly.
Oh, okay.
But it was like he cut to it, like he did a cut where it was like to his face, like just like mostly.
Okay.
He knew what he was doing.
That might be a nod. He's a friend of the show.
I think that was a nod.
That one's real.
Yeah, that's actual.
Yes, he is.
They're all real, Jeff.
Okay.
What up, Nine? Barbershop of the Philosopher variety is in the chat, or the other way around.
And we got our bad boy, our best friend, our brother from another robot. Is Andy in the building?
Welcome to the show, bud.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a fun show. We're doing it lean and mean tonight. We're not talking about 6 different topics as usual,
right?
But I have a lot to talk about with each of these topics, so I'm very excited to get into it. What are those topics, you might ask? Well, we're talking Alien Romulus. We're talking Kite Man. Hell yeah. And as always, we're talking shit. But
that's right. I got music today for Kite Man, too.
Oh, I'm very excited about the drop. Hell yeah. But also, as always, we are starting off with the comic book corner. But also, as always, we got to get some plugs out of the way real quick. Before we get started, I just want to remind you guys to tune into the Bantha Bunch every Thursday at 7 p.m. Do you know what you guys are talking about this week? Man. I know I ask you this every week.
Ooh, I might have one for you.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Give me that.
Have you seen the documentary Perfect Wife, the disappearance of Sherry Petito or something?
No.
Man, it is so good. It's on Hulu. It's 3 episodes.
Yeah,
it is an insane story about this wife who gets kidnapped and did the husband do it and all that, and just some awesome twists.
That's the kind of stuff we like over at the Bantha Bunch show. But it's not just about documentaries. We definitely cover all kinds of stuff, social issues, social topics. Also, we just be talking shit. I look for the funny in everything. When we do politics, I usually just look for the funny in everything. But we're definitely going to be touching on this 8th documentary on Max on HBO.
Oh yeah, the chimp Tiger King queen.
Yeah, man. This is man. Thank you. Look, that's a promo. I didn't even have to cut the promo. Look, Jeff cut it for me.
Could it be?
I've just seen the trailer, and I'm telling you, not gonna be surprised if she fucks a chimp.
Man, that's a hell of a teaser right there.
I don't want that to happen, but
teaser.
Enjoy that, buddy.
Teaser in 2 ways. Do you think it could potentially? I know you haven't watched it yet, but do you think it could potentially be a best monkey movie nominee for the Drunkies next year?
It's called
right now.
Chip Crazy.
Chip Crazy.
And shout out to Morgan. Shout out to the 5th Bantha. He's the one who suggested it to me. It's Chimp Crazy.
Okay.
On Max. Check it out on Max, and then it's only 1 episode so far. So yeah, go over there and check it out and join us on Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time on the Bantha Bunch show every Thursday.
All right, I'm excited to hear about that. I definitely need to watch that documentary. Maybe I'll watch it after.
And also, all that might change between now and Thursday. I might not do any of that shit. that's just how it goes sometimes, man.
Hey, check the thumbnail or check the YouTube channel for the thumbnail in the early afternoon. You'll get an idea.
Yeah, don't check the thumbnail
for
the YouTube channel.
Yeah, you're working backwards. But also wanted to mention just thank you to everybody who's been watching the X-Men videos on NerdsatNite and Drunk Banthas channels. Really appreciate all the support, all the views. Getting some pretty good numbers, and just letting you know, we're also going to be dropping the Deadpool and Wolverine review video soon-ish. But if you want to get it sooner-ish, you can become a paid member for as little as $1 a month, so you can get exclusive review videos and also get other content early. So just check that out by clicking the little join membership button.
Right there, just click it, just like that.
Just click it like that. Yeah, something to think about. But we will move on to our first topic of the night. We are going around the corner, around Jeff's.
Oh, I thought we were going to do the Kite Man.
No, yeah, sorry.
I was about to go to Kite Man.
No, we are going around the corner to Jeff's comic book corner. Jeff, what do you got for us today? Are we continuing the tales of Virgil?
Come on, you know it.
Can I just say before you start, Jeff, y'all ain't got we got our white LeVar Burton. Y'all, that's one thing that nobody else got nowhere in the world. No one has that anywhere else.
That's true. Get yourself
that might be the nicest thing anyone has ever called me ever.
There you go.
And I have loving parents, so I'm just saying.
He's like, my parents are together.
All right, so yeah, we're going into Static Shock. This is Static Shock Season 1, Issue 1 from the 2016 release. I believe it was 2016. It is, first off, an awesome story. So you'll remember the last issue we covered was the one that was kind of an amalgam of a bunch of different stories coming together so that you could it was the Milestone comics. And the entire point of it was just to introduce you to all these people and set up this world that DC was supposedly going to run with. Well, now we're into just Statics, and it opens pretty simple. It's Virgil at his house. And well, first off, just the cover looks awesome. The design they have for I've always loved Static's design, but I'm loving this version of it too. If you're a big fan of art in your comic books, I cannot tell you how amazing the art in this one is. So we start with just Virgil talking about how he's at his house.
I'll show you.
Yep, that's the cover. And so it starts with Virgil at his house, and he's just kind of talking about how he's recapping a little bit about what happened, his fight with Francis Hot Streak, and he's talking about how there's this buzzing and how he feels like this buzzing beneath his skin, trying to get out, like trying to escape him. It's consuming his mind. But he's saying about how it's actually not a metaphor anymore. This is literally what's happening to him. And he's scared because he's having trouble controlling himself. And it's leaking over into other parts of his life. His sister, just like talking to him, puts his hand on her hand on his shoulder, and he just like turns and snaps at her. And his sister's awesome. Sharon is one of the best parts of this book. She immediately shuts that down with like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Who, you're Mr. Big Man now? It was hilarious. But anyway, Virgil being Virgil immediately apologizes and he heads off to school. And then we get a quick breakdown of the Static Shock world. How it was these kids we've come to find out that there's this kid, what's his name? His name is Darius. Darius is this kid who's just talking about, he's got a podcast and he's going into the events that happened in the previous issue about how the cops, it wasn't, by the way, it turns out it wasn't just a BLM protest. It was a student-led BLM protest. So there weren't like, it was literally just a bunch of kids doing a peaceful protest. And the cops threw in untested tear gas. So he's just kind of breaking down like, hey, this is what happened to the Bang Babies, as we're calling them. We're calling the event the Big Bang. Some of them have like some of them are catching on fire, some of them are growing horns, like all this stuff. He's just doing a quick recap of it all, and how people are now mad at the Bang Babies when it's like, we didn't do this, we didn't ask for this, the cops did this, they threw untested stuff at us, and now you're getting mad at us. So and by the way, this is one of the few comics that I actually, outside of this issue, had not read further, so I'm excited to see where it's going, but I think Darius is going to be a bigger part than I'm aware of so far. So next we see Verge is at a school, and he's freaking out because, again, he used his powers on Francis at school. So he's like, man, everyone's going to know, everyone's going to be talking about it. He's walked through the halls and he's like, oh, they're whispering, and I know they're whispering about me. What am I going to do? And it was just one of those, like, he's clearly getting more and more frazzled, more and more freaked out, more and more in his head. And then one of his friends walks up to him and she's like, hey, man, can you believe it? Can you believe what happened? He's like, I know, right? And she's like, yeah, who could have thought Derek got powers? And he's like, huh? So it turns out the like star basketball player is walking around saying he's the one who zapped Francis, and he's actually Static, and he's got all these powers. And we pretty immediately hear Virgil's two friends go, yeah, that's the rumor. And it's clear that they're the ones who started spreading this rumor. It's his friends. What are their names again? Richie and Frida. And Frida, if you watch the show, you'll know as his love interest, and Richie as his blonde friend from the show. So they started this rumor saying that it was Derek, not Virgil. And Virgil's, he's having a little bit of trouble with it because he's like, oh, I know you guys are afraid of me and da. I've never hurt you though. And they're like, no. We're not afraid of you. We were afraid for you. Like, Virgil, you really could have hurt Francis. Like, you were really laying into him and stuff. And Virgil's like, no, it's you guys don't get it. I was in control. It's fine. And then Frida's like talking about how she's like, listen, I get it. This is all really scary. I was right there with you. I was at the protest too. And she's like, I know you're going through a lot and everything. And Virgil's just kind of like thinking to himself, like, she might have been there, but she doesn't know what it was like, which I think is on multiple levels. I think I think Frida's supposed to be Latina, but I think even then, like, it's different being a young black man at a protest that's getting busted up by the police. I would assume, obviously, I don't know, but I think that's a part of it. But he's also talking about how, like, she also didn't get gassed. He wasn't just like, coughing and like some tears. He legit thought he was dying, which was a really important point, I think. And it was just one of those, again, like, people are trying to sympathize with Verge, but at the same time, like, it's just, you don't know what's going on. Then we cut to 2 more pages, and these pages are very interesting because they did a very good job of mirroring them perfectly. The first one, so they're both pages with just a bunch of boxes and a bunch of images on there. And the first one is next to when you open the book. The one page has all the boxes. This page has just has the family at the kitchen table. They're having dinner, but the sun's still coming in, and it says before the Big Bang. And it's the family talking, and they're goofing around a little bit. They're poking fun at each other. They're doing what any family would do. It's very lighthearted though, and it's very compassionate, and it's what you want in a family.
It's a
then the next one. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. But then the next one is the exact opposite. The next one, it's still dinner, but like it's dark outside. The whole vibe of it is very, very down, very, very depressing. And it's his parents talking. Because now, remember, his parents know that he was at the protest. His parents know that he got tear gassed, but they don't know that he's got powers. So they're just trying to figure this out. His dad's like, well, you're going to have to start training again. We're going to have to make sure you remember how to fight. His mom's like, no, I don't know about that. Maybe we should get him therapy. And again, Sharon coming out as the fucking badass in this. She literally says what he needs is to be left alone. And it's going back and forth, and his parents are being so condescending, and they're like, hey, we're trying to have a conversation here about your brother, and this is important. And she's like, well, why don't you ask him? And the entire time, Verge is getting more and more tense. You see, like, there's a little static electricity underneath the table and everything. And he's just, and right when his parents are finally like, okay, what do you need, Virgil? And Virgil starts thinking, like, they don't get it. They don't understand what I need. Like, I literally have superpowers. I could have killed Francis if I had really cut loose. And then all of a sudden, we just see an image of Francis outside their house yelling out, Hawkins! And of course, he goes, little pig, let me in or I'll burn your house down. Because you got to do the sappy writing, right? You have to. It's a comic book.
Yeah,
so
you gotta do the comic book cheese. You gotta add
exactly. If you don't, are you even writing a comic book? So Virgil's obviously freaking out, but he's like, I gotta help my family. I gotta get them out of here. So he tries to go out and just talk Francis down. And the first thing he's like, yo, Francis, he's like, listen, what I did was wrong. I'm so sorry. Why don't we just go take a walk and we'll talk? And then Francis sucker punches him and goes, I told you it's a hot streak. And it's like, come on, really?
It's like, is that the line?
Yeah, that's what we're doing right here. So then they have this fight going, and they do something that's really hard to do in comics. They have a lot of action shown with dialogue at the same time. A lot of the dialogue is Virgil narrating in those boxes and stuff. But I mean, like, look at this one. How great is this image? Just showing one, the fight, but then two, how Virgil's dodging. We've got the dialogue going, and it's going back and forth, and Virgil's trying to figure out how to kind of get him out of there. He's like, maybe I can lure him to the park. Maybe I can get him like run and he'll follow me. Because again, he doesn't want his parents to know about his powers yet. So the fight keeps going and it keeps going, and Francis is getting bad. It's to the point where he's not holding back, and he's he's trying to kill Verge. And then Virgil remembers something from his science class. And this is one of the things that I've always loved about Static is Static is a scientist, like Barry Allen is, or like Batman is. But they don't really tend to show a lot of science. They're just like, oh yeah, I know this because I'm a forensics analyst or whatever.
Right.
Like Static actually uses it. And let's be honest, the kid's a nerd and I fucking love it. So
pro nerd here.
Right. We're very big nerd fans. So he's remembering, when he was in this class, how this chemical fire was going, and his teacher's like, well, calm down. We have this electric field around it, and what it does is it sucks out all of the oxygen, so it smothers the fire and da. So Verge is trying to remember that, and now he's at the point where he's like, I can't hold back anymore. I have to actually go. And so he just screams enough, and he throws like this huge just static cloud around Francis, and Francis is like, bring in, like it's this really, again, amazingly done with the art image of we get Verge, and we get the blue going out, and we get Francis, and we got the orange and the yellow, and then you just see them coming together in this big energy ball that looks so cool. It's one of my favorite done art pieces in a comic since I remember reading the New 52, this one exactly. Since I remember reading the New 52, and we had the scene where the Flash and the Reverse Flash are fighting. So then we cut to, all right, Verge did it. He knocked Francis out. Thank God. And he's got Francis down on the ground, and he's trying to stop him. And he's realizing, like, hey, Francis, like his flames are getting like hotter, but like there's less distance. Maybe he's running out of energy. If I can hold him back. And his family runs up, and like they're like, Virgil, are you okay? And he's like, no, like it'll be fine. But the gas from the the ion cloud I did, whatever. It's poisonous. You got to stay away. And while Virgil's back is turned and he's trying to keep his sister away from it, Francis gets up and gives him a quick sucker punch, but then turns and lights their entire fucking house on fire. And that is the end of the issue. Jesus. And again, look at that art. It's amazing.
It's incredible. Yeah, that is really devastating looking.
Mm-hmm. There's literally one more panel, and it's just Virgil with blood coming out of his nose and tears coming down his eyes, just saying, like whispering, just no. And it's shit.
That's sorry, yeah, that is sorry, I don't know. That shit, I told him to hit that when you were done, and it really letting everybody know. I told him to do that when you were done, and it really didn't land.
Disagree. I think it landed fabulous.
I was like, oh man, that didn't land well at all. But that was Jeff's comic book corner, or just book corner. I guess it's comic book corner. Yeah, Jeff's comic. It says it right there. What's wrong with me? It's Jeff's comic book corner.
Again, I'm happy to bring us regular novels as well if you prefer.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. But
I'm gonna finish Static. It was only 6 issues, so we'll get through that first. But still,
yeah. I'm really digging this Static run, and like
don't
how
forget,
it kind of has that same. Sorry,
I was just gonna say, don't forget, he's our white LeVar Burton, not yours.
That's true.
I mean, he's yours too, I guess. Yeah,
you can rent me out, but you got to pay them. I'll do birthdays. It's cool.
Yes,
I'm gonna get you some Jordy glasses for
bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs.
But no, like this story sounds really cool. It seems like it's kind of like the Batman series that we were watching on Amazon Prime, where it has some really adult themes and like really some super real shit is happening, but it still has that cheesy, cool like comic book vibe that just like is kind of for all ages. Like I'm really digging what I'm hearing so far. I just need to stop fucking around and pick up a comic book.
And it's a quick one, 6 issues.
It's you.
Yeah, man, I need to stop fucking around, or I could just stick around here every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time and tune into Just Comic Book Corner so you can just read these stories to me.
Tell me what it is.
You all know who the hell it is.
Oh man, what a segue. Yeah, I guess we should move on to our next topic of the night. We are talking about Kite Man. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. There it goes. There goes that terrible song.
Whoa. Terrible?
Oh, it's quite awful. But it's right on point.
This is my new ringtone.
It feels
I'll tell you what, actually, if I just had a message that every time I got a text just said, hell yeah, I would love that. That would make me very happy.
I'll say that would be pretty awesome.
Before we jump on, I just wanted to say shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, that's true.
We got the homies. Othelia said the white Toby, and reference to Jeff. I don't think that's the first time he's been called the white Toby on this show.
You know, funny story, just real quick. Our mom met LeVar Burton in an airport, and she was like, "Jordy," and he was like, "I'm so glad that you said." I was like, "I'm so glad you recognized me from Star Trek because people always come up to me and say Kunta."
Oh God, that's better than what I thought. I thought you were gonna say people walked up to him and called him Toby.
That would be worse. That would be worse. At least it's
no, there's connotations to that when you do that. Like it's like, hold on, you just called me Toby,
right?
You being mad disrespectful on purpose, but also shout out for watching the show.
I was like, I love the fans.
Check out Rita. What's Dion saying there? Shout out to Dion.
Dion said, "Did y'all hear that they canceled the Acolyte?" Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit before the pod started.
I was saying I'm mostly just upset that we're not getting more of Smilo Ren. He was the best part of that show. And again, one of the best, I feel one of the best Sith we've seen in years.
Yeah, a lot of untapped potential with Darth Jason.
I have a theory.
Oh,
See, the Darth Jason, he was dating or is dating old girl from Warrior, Miley.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And
Asian All Stars.
Warrior has been canceled several times. And maybe, just maybe, the energy rubbed off on him. Oh my God. And got his show canceled too.
I'll tell you what,
God.
I would absolutely be okay with them canceling the Acolyte if it's to put Jason on the Warrior.
Oh man, that would be great. Honestly, I would love to see Jason on the Warrior. Right?
Yeah, that would be cool. Shout out to, man, that would be really fucking cool if he was on Warrior.
That'd be great.
But
Because we saw
Warrior.
he can fight. Or
Oh,
at least
yeah,
he can do a
he's in
choreographed fight.
Oh
Right,
no, he
yeah.
was in there. He was in there, and then we talked to Brett Chan, who's the stunt coordinator for Warrior, and man, the way that they set up everything. Shout out to Brett, and that interview's coming out Wednesday. So yeah, check that out on Wednesday, y'all. Look out for that. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Fifth Bantha, what up? Lil Frothy, what up? We said Othelius, what up? Film Age, what up?
Sorry, I
yeah.
was saying Manny Jacinto can fight.
Oh,
Smilo Ren.
yeah,
So I was
that's
saying
what
he
I'm
would
talking
fit into the Warrior well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, no, yeah, definitely on the same page. We're definitely on the same page.
Yeah, they don't mess around. Do you know what the Warrior reminds me of is like if they made Kung Fu Hustle into a show with the level of acting and the fights. The fights are so big.
Yeah, the fights are huge, and the drama is like intense. It's kind of like, yeah, it very much reminded me of Sons of Anarchy when I was watching that show. But you can check out all of our episodes, our old episodes of the Drunk Depths podcast where we're covering Warrior. But yeah, let's get into our last topic of the night.
What's up?
Kite Man. Hell, it's so weird trying to act like professional when there's hell yeah. Like,
Oh no, I meant you said our last topic of the night.
oh, I meant our next topic.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Next
Hell
topic.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think the music was melting my brain. But in this episode of Kite Man, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Glider attempts to reconcile with Rebecca via mother-daughter day and with
pierced
Malice,
titties.
with pierced titties to come. With Malice tagging along at Rebecca's insistence. Before leaving, Rebecca tells Kite Man that he is not right for her daughter, given his lack of prospect and no powers, which kind of gets to him. And then Noonan suggests to him that he goes to Etrigan and Helen to get some powers in exchange for giving up his kite, just a kite.
The essence of who he is.
The essence of who he is.
Yes, Othelius, you do got to go check out Warrior. Go check it out. It's on Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Warrior the show, not come out and play.
Yeah. Also, yeah, it's just Warrior. And also, punch yourself in the face. Y'all ain't seen it yet. It's the best. Anyway, Alex, how'd you feel about this episode?
I really
initial thoughts.
I really enjoyed it, and it wasn't. It leaned a lot more on the drama stuff in this episode, but it all worked for me. Like I
women,
totally,
right?
Can't live with them, can't kill them.
Oh, Tom Arnold. I really enjoyed like both plot lines. Actually, all three plot lines with this. I like what Kite Man was going through. I like what Glider was going through, and what Bane was going through was hilarious, but still touching. Like I got my biggest
I'm
laugh.
glad you said so.
You're really getting it lately.
Yeah, right in the pocket. I was really enjoying Bane. Like his I got the biggest laughs from Bane's storyline, and I was like feeling most of Bane's
Oh
storyline.
man,
The scene at the funeral where he's talking out loud, I barked out a laugh at that part. That was great.
It's like, what the fuck did you just say?
Oh, did I say that out loud?
I wish George would shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here so I can get back to Rebecca.
Oh god.
What were your initial thoughts on this episode, Jeff? And like, did you like, or like, what did you think of like Kite Man having to give up who he is, just for to impress his girlfriend's mom?
Well, it's funny because it's like, well, first off, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was a good one. I would have liked a little more action, just because it is a superhero one. And I thought the last episode was really good. Like even just with Bane jumping up and down in the pit was great, So anyway, but, but other than that, this was a good one. I liked the storylines. The whole Kite Man literally turning into the douche man now. Or what's his actual name? It's Beast Mode.
Oh, Beast Mode. Yeah.
So it was so funny because it's just one of those so obvious how it's going to go. Okay, clearly everyone's going to hate it. You're going to lose your girl. Then you're going to have to go to get her back, and you're going to discover that who you were was perfect all along, and you'll get your own new cut. It's just so they really telegraphed where it's going to go, and I don't mind.
Right.
I am with this sort of.
Yeah, it's following a lot of familiar sitcom tropes, like we mentioned one of the other episodes. But it's so intentionally tongue in cheek that like all the tropes don't seem doesn't seem egregious. Would you feel
it's it's like satire. So satire, you can do all the tropes because you're supposed to, because you're making fun of the tropes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did that. I was like, can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. I could hear that. Yeah, like, what did you have similar thoughts about this episode? Like,
I hated
is it too sitcom-y?
No, I'm joking. Is it too sitcom-y? No, it wasn't sitcom-y. It was like last episode, they just went full bore with the action. Like, let's go in here, let's go get this shit done, blah blah blah. But then this episode, they kind of went back to what the episode before last was, which is their feelings, learning about each other, and also bad mommy issues where she sends and they use the time toilet, hot toilet time machine.
Hot toilet time machine. Yeah, you do got to make it hot in there. You got to
make it hot.
You got to lay down a steaming load.
The portal potty, as they call it.
The portal potty.
Portal potty. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Literally the name of one of the episodes, I think, is
portal. Well, every episode ends with hell yeah.
Yeah, which I love.
But also I definitely, like Morgan was just bringing up, I loved how they did the weird sexual stuff. And I don't like sex stuff and stuff, but like this shit was funny though.
Yeah, they know how to do it. They know how to do it in a way that it's not uncomfortable. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Harley Quinn was good with that too.
Yeah. Sometimes a show is trying to be sexy, which makes you feel uncomfortable, and then it's better when a show is trying to make you laugh, or bring the sex up in a comedic.
I feel like the Harley Quinn, they try to do too much. They try sexy a little few. Well, like they do. They try sexy.
Well, I mean, hey, they got that one scene cut out of Batman going down on Catwoman.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So there you go. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, calm down, Harley Quinn. Y'all writers need to calm down. Y'all ain't even half of y'all ain't seen but one pussy your whole life anyway. Y'all need to relax.
Athelia said in the chat, shit, like, this is why I don't watch this show sober. That's fair.
Yeah,
we get that.
Is he talking about this show or is he talking about Kite Man?
I feel like he's talking about Kite Man.
He's talking about Kite Man. Oh,
because both things apply.
Yeah,
actually,
two things
I just want to make sure that You know, so I just want to make sure everybody's taken care of.
How about speaking of the sexiness of the show, Queen of Fables making out with what's his mob?
Oh yeah, that was a weird.
I mean, we saw that coming, right?
I did not see that. I did not.
Come on.
Who making out with who now? Wait a minute.
Remember Queen of Fables?
See that coming?
I did not.
Queen of Fables is stuck on the guy's dead brother's head.
Oh yeah.
Mo and Joe.
Yeah.
Joe's RIP now.
You know what? I didn't see that shit coming.
Oh. The second they were at the
the intro,
when they were at the tailor, and I was like, there's a little attention. It's getting a little, you know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
Ophelia said I was talking about Kite Man, but both. Both TBH. That's what the lady kept saying is TBH.
Oh no, she said JBH. Yeah,
JBH.
Just being
Just
honest.
being
Just being honest.
That's
She's
right.
throwing out some truth bombs. What else we got going on in the chat? Damn, I might need to tap into Kite Man. How would y'all compare it to HQ?
You gotta say the name though.
Headquarters.
Malongu. Malongnu? I was trying to avoid trying to pronounce it.
Yep.
Malongnu.
I was trying to hear you say it.
But I appreciate the comment.
If you like Harley Quinn, you'll like Kite Man.
Yeah.
You need to get like 3 episodes in, but like the first 2 episodes are just a bit slow, which is funny considering the amount of murder. But yeah, if you like Harley Quinn, you'll like Kite Man.
Yeah,
I would
Millie,
also-
go check out Kite Man.
I would
Hell yeah.
say
Hell yeah.
I would also say Venture Brothers. If you like Venture Brothers, you might like this show.
Agreed.
And I feel like they just ripping off Venture Brothers all
Yo,
the way
I
up.
swear,
If it works, it works.
in Harley Quinn, I've been meaning to do a side by side comparison, but I swear they use the action music during, like, every time there's a fight. Every time there's a fight scene in Harley Quinn, they use the same music as they do in Venture Brothers. Like the exact same. I've been meaning to do a comp there.
Yeah,
but,
we got to do a side by side.
It's very,
Oh
very
no, I have to re-binge Venture Brothers. Okay.
yeah,
But like-
twist my arm.
But like where the 2-head dude and lady, what
Mother of Fables.
Mother of
Queen of
Fables.
Fables.
Queen of Fables. It sound like don't that sound like an 80s rock band that didn't get off the ground?
She's an 80s villain.
They opened up for Twisted Sister. Yeah.
But I was just saying,
Oh my god. You know who voices Mo?
who?
Oh yeah, I do.
He's the shithead cousin from The Sopranos.
Yeah, Chaz Palminieri.
No, Michael
Michael
Imperioli.
Imperioli.
But he was Christopher on The Sopranos.
Yeah, it was
That's
Christopher. on The
funny.
Sopranos, but wait a minute, what did you just say?
Something
Michael
wrong.
Consigliere? Did you call him Consigliere?
No, I was thinking of a different. I was thinking of a different actor, Chaz something. I can't remember, but it's a different actor. It doesn't matter.
You almost said a racial slur trying to say this man's name.
As an Italian, I don't give a shit. I'm also not an Italian. I have Italian blood in me. Real Italians, I'm sorry. Calm down.
They're coming for you in the chat.
Yeah, they
I don't blame them.
But moving on to later on in the episode, Rebecca later abandons Glider, confessing that she never wanted a child and left because she did not want to be killed by Glider's powers like Lawrence, her husband. Angered, Glider tricks.
After she tricks her daughter into getting titty pierced.
Yeah, after the titty piercing. Well, did she trick her? Or did she just like try to one up Malice? I feel like she was just trying to one up Malice.
I feel like Malice tricked her.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that one.
Malice tricked Glider into getting her nipples pierced.
Yeah.
I would see that.
You know
I
what
would
I'm
see
saying?
Malice doing that just for fun.
Yeah, it's because she could have just left well enough alone.
I swear to God, before Kite Man unkites, I thought the episode was going to end with like it outside their bedroom door and him just be like, "Whoa, those are new! Hell yeah!"
She should have got the ones with the stars on it.
Hey, there's still time. I bet when they have their reconciliation,
You should wait for them to heal.
Yeah, you should wait. But what did you guys think of just like the relationship between Rebecca and Glider? Like, you know, her like pretty much being straight up with her is like, I didn't really want you, and I'm kind of afraid of you. And this whole thing is very, very weird.
I feel like she wasn't really as afraid of her as she made it out to be. She was kind of like, yeah, you know what? I didn't want to stick around. You kill me. Like, that was not what was on her mind. When we saw what happened we saw what really happened. She was like, I'm free, and ran out the door. She didn't give a shit about her husband dying. She didn't give a shit about no kids. That bitch ran up out that goddamn bar so quick.
And the thing is, I don't know if she knows that originally she did die too.
Right. Yeah, she doesn't know anything about the time.
Oh, no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
Yeah,
but now she's going to find out.
Oh, yeah, I'm
because she's going to go back in time through a toilet. Yeah, man. Shout out to Huey Lewis and the news.
Yeah, like what did you think of this, like Jeff, like especially the time travel of it all?
Toilet
like
time travel.
She's got to go through her own time travel.
A ripple through time. Sorry, I got lots of these.
It's just one of those. I mean, I don't think it was surprising. She was cold to Glider the entire time. It wasn't really surprising that she doesn't want to be a mom. And it's, again, originally Glider did kill her. I think it might kind of be fair to be afraid of those powers, but whatever. And it's also like you parented so badly you made supervillains. Are we supposed to be surprised you're a shit mom?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing with the time travel I'm wondering is, are they going to keep it linear? Like, all right, she goes back to the same year, but just a couple days, however many days later, or is it going to be like, are they going to try and make her go back even farther to unmake Glider? You know?
Yeah, because the time travel rules are not very clear on the toilet.
I think it's the bigger the Duke, the further back you go.
Well, it seemed just kind of like it seemed pretty much one to one as far as time goes. Like you're going however many years back, like 30 years back in the past,
right? From
whenever you pooped. Because when Glider went back, she seemed to come back just a few minutes later after
Bane.
Who was in there? Bane. Everybody ended up going in there. Yeah, and Kite Man. But yeah, like,
good episode.
That was such a great, it was a great episode, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Rebecca. And speaking of which, there are other little, teasers for in the next episode, little cliffhangers, which are starting to get a little frustrating for me, just because I keep forgetting how short these episodes are. What did you guys think of the cliffhanger in this episode? Because it seems like the Villigans owner has something nefarious in store.
I'm going to tell you why you don't like these cliffhangers is because they don't put them in. They just come at you hard at a weird angle, and then they just end like it's like, wait a minute, we should have spent like a little bit more time with this than what we are doing, and it just goes straight to the credits.
Yeah,
and you're like, whoa, I wasn't prepared for that. Wait, calm down. Wait a minute. I have more questions.
It does feel very comic booky. That's how comic books tend to end, with just like a hard left, and it's like, well, that's the biggest question possible. Why are you just giving it to me now?
Right.
Yeah, that is very comic booky.
But we didn't talk about Bane, man. Bane was slapping cheeks in this one, and that's what we got to talk about.
Yeah, that's right.
That's always about.
He was slapping cheeks, but it wasn't very successful.
I'm gonna let y'all know, man. At the Bantha Bunch show on Thursdays, you ain't got to worry about it. We starting with cheeks first.
Oh, so you are going to do that chimp documentary?
Yep.
They start fucking. It was gross.
Yes, despite his crush on Rebecca, Bane reunites with Betty, an old fling from Valentine's Day.
Hello.
He convinces him to give their relationship another chance. Now, this is this is one of the funnier storylines, but it was still very touching. I really
sorry I had sex with your building.
She's like, oh, it's okay.
It's so good.
But like, and all that stuff was really funny, but also like everything about like being the second choice, like always the second choice. Like I've heard so many people say that in life, and it's just like it's a heartbreaking thought to have about yourself, you know. And I really thought that the comedy and the emotionality really was touching in this.
Is emotionality a word? Yeah. I've been hearing it a lot on like YouTube.
Well, I think Alice is harassing Merriam-Webster to make it a word.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Are you?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing. Yeah, I've heard about your letter writing campaign.
Sounds like
writing to dox them if they don't add it to the next dictionary. Brutal, man.
Yeah, it sounds like she's testing her emotionality.
I mean, I'm
bringing it back. Emotionality.
I like to invent a lot.
Started with the protest. I don't know if it's made up. That was a serious question. See, everything I say sounds like a joke.
I think it is a real word, but also like there are a lot of words that I say that just feel like real words, like apocalyptia. I know that's not a real word, but it feels right, and I'm gonna keep saying it.
Apocalyptia.
Yeah, apocalyptia.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, it's a real word. A quality or no. A quality or state of being emotional or highly emotional.
See, look, Athelia's felt me like, emotionality sound made up.
All right,
not gonna lie. But not gonna lie, it's real, it's a real word, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Apocalyptia is not, but Apocalyptica is a band. Shockingly, heavy metal.
Hey, we drop a lot of eggs of knowledge here.
That's why it was a Drunk Banthas podcast, boy.
It's funny.
You don't learn nothing on the Bantha Bunch podcast, but Drunk Banthas podcast, we learn you right here, boy. We learn you.
But yeah, like, what did you think of just the Bane's romantic?
I don't know nothing about this girl, you know what I'm saying? So it was weird for me. Like, at first I thought she was just like a plumpy Barbara Gordon. You know what I mean? Because they drew her like that's how they draw.
She is very.
I said plumpy, like chunky.
And Barbara.
No, the joke is because in the new Batman, Barbara's black now.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yes. The rim shot button. Oh, I got this for him. I usually do that when it's not funny though.
She does look very Bruce. Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, that's how I thought. Yeah, she was a little. I thought Barbara Gordon is a dominatrix in this, and that's how she gets down. And then I guess she wasn't. I didn't even remember them saying her name. Like I think
Bane says it at one point. I don't remember.
Yeah. It's Betty.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, yeah,
her name's Betty. Oh no, it's not. Yes, it is.
Betty. I just thought it was, look, Ophelia said, Thick Barbara Gordon, you say? Eyes. That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, he was, and then Bane ended up slapping them cheeks. But she did kind of catch me off guard when she said she while putting a what you call it, cigarette out.
She said most of my dates end with me putting a cigarette out on some guy's asshole.
She said, I can't remember the last time it didn't end.
Oh yeah, she said, like, God damn.
Like this is your go-to move. It's like the elbow for her ass.
That's how white people date. Did you guys not know?
Yeah, that's her, Othelius. That's her.
Voiced by Casey Wilson.
Who's Casey Wilson?
She's an actress that you've seen in little things here and there, and then she was one of the main characters in the show Happy Endings.
Never seen little things here and there. What's that about?
Oh, Casey Wilson. I like Casey Wilson.
So like she was like on episode of The League, and then she'll be on episodes of different stuff. I don't know.
Shout out to the Duplass's, The League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The bosses make.
She was the crazy Uber driver who was hooking up with Andre.
I never watched the show.
Dude, that's you need to. You will laugh.
She
I've
dated
heard it-
some fans.
Yeah, I think, but like it's part of her job. Like she's a dominatrix by trade, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
In this,
in the show.
in
Yeah.
this
In the
show,
show.
we talking
Yes,
about
in the show.
today.
In
Yeah.
the show, Betty is a dominatrix by trade. And one of the issues Bane has when he wants to go on his original date with her is they just flat out say it. He's like, well, steroids have a certain effect. Having a little issue,
Right.
you know? And so they brought that back today
Yeah,
or
it's
Thursday.
funny. I do not. I did speed watch
that what
a
it
lot
comes
of Harley Quinn, so I don't remember. I don't remember their relationship at all.
The reason, so they're just in the Valentine's Day episode.
Oh, I skipped that one.
And it's watch it because then Bane goes to get like a magic powered Viagra that he takes, but then after he takes it, he reads like, "Don't take if you're on steroids," and that's what gets him to grow super big, get super horny, and he literally fucks her building.
I saw that in the recap. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
Whoa, it's because I fucked the entire building.
And he did.
He did.
It's just
Good
a
for you,
building.
Bane. Good for you.
It was Valentine's Day.
Well, yeah, that was kind of cool that they
Bane has come a
Fucked a
long
building.
way.
Agreed.
Bane has come a long way, and I'm not just talking about because he was fucking a building. Am I right? Hey.
Yeah, he did come a long way. And yeah, I liked the fact that they ended up together.
It's because
toward
he
the end.
was busting a nut, Alex.
That's clever. I see what you did there with the wordplay. But yeah, like before we end this topic, do you guys like have any thoughts about the cliffhanger?
I think I'm sleep deprived.
Again, it's just that's just the entire thing she's doing is so they can, because didn't Villigans want to buy out the bar or some shit, or they wanted to
Yeah, well,
I think that
get
they're
it
just
out of business
from the yeah.
That's what it is. I think they're gonna keep setting it up to make it seem like it's this big nefarious thing, but then it's just she's just like, this is business. I run a restaurant. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I think that'll be the joke.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that being the way it goes. Like and this show is good for having like the tongue-in-cheek misdirect type of thing.
Exactly.
I can see them being like, it's this big nefarious plan with ultimate with the epic proportions, but no, it turns out we just wanted to fuck over this one.
The villain is capitalism.
The villain is capitalism. Yeah, it's the opposite of what Poison Ivy was preaching.
Oh, by the way, I also just remembered, so I don't know how this is going to play in. I forgot this started with the anti-life equation being hidden at Noonan's.
Oh yeah,
So that'll come back somehow. I don't know.
it has to, right?
I think I
It's
figured it out.
It's too big.
I think I figured it out. Y'all can't hear it when it's about to happen, right?
We can hear a little something.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hear a little something. A little
I don't know if I heard it the last time though.
yeah.
The time before that I did, and but this last one I'm not sure.
I'm trying to work something out
Okay.
over here on the side. Me and producer P are working on something over here.
Well, yeah, I'll let you guys collaborate. But,
And listen.
collaborate.
Dum,
and
dum,
listen.
dum,
Yeah,
dum.
that's exactly what you're doing. You're collaborating and you're listening
Dum, dum,
to
dum.
this terrible
Oh.
Kite Man song. But yeah, that has to come back, right? Like the anti-life equation. I'm interested to see when he's gonna be coming back.
Oh
All over the place.
shit! Malice is Darkseid's goddaughter,
Oh, yeah, no,
daughter
goddaughter,
or
goddaughter.
god-
and Darkseid is the one hunting for the anti-life equation. There you go. There's a connection.
Yeah, that like didn't he like drop her off like because he,
Yeah, he boom
he-
tuned over to like
Came to
leave her
make
there. or
sure
something.
she was at work because
Yeah.
because she was supposed to find a job, and he was like, "Bitch, you working?" And she was like, "Look, see, this is my job. You tripping?" So
when they had that fucking evil chorus following him, and he was just so annoyed.
yeah,
that shit was hilarious.
That was awesome.
I don't know. Have you guys ever seen the movie Fist Fight?
No, what's Fist Fight?
Man.
Fist Fight is Ice Cube and Charlie Day. They're substitute teachers who are going to get in a fist fight at school.
Right.
Well, the school is a bunch of kids. Every year, the kids just go way too far with the senior pranks. And one of the pranks they do is someone hires a mariachi band to just follow the principal around. And that's a lot like that evil chorus. It's just really funny.
Ooh, which reference is Othelia's talking about?
Yeah, what old man shit did we say?
that doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah, with like 95% of what we
no, it's fun to try to remember what we were saying that would make it.
All right, we were talking anti-life, we were talking doomsday. But I feel like everything we were talking about was show before I went off on my fist fight tangent.
Damn, this was like 3 minutes ago. It's gotta be like 3 minutes ago. Damn. Oh well.
Let us know in the comments what we were talking about. Stop collaborating.
I feel like Ice Baby is something that even the younger generation would know.
I think there's 2 songs that will never ever not be known, like that will never go unknown, which well, let me just say hip hop songs. Let me say hip hop. Clarify, and that is
Rick Astley's not hip hop.
Collaborate and listen. Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice. And then also Sir Mix-a-Lot's
I was just
Baby
about to say. I was just about to say.
Look, and it's not for nothing. I'm not gonna hold y'all right now. I'm just telling you, not for nothing. That song still plays right now, 40 years later. Them songs still play in commercials and shit. Like we listening to some fucking, like, I don't know, like some Four Tops or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Backstreet Boys, nigga, like, you know how that shit play.
Everybody will listen to those songs. You play those songs anywhere, people will
bar mitzvahs,
listen
bro.
And dance.
A lot of white weddings.
Now, I'm not gonna say that people would have gotten the reference because people are dumb.
Yeah,
but
that's true. That's true.
I do want to say that, you know, it's a well-loved and well-known thing. You know? Well, I just want to say that it really is not going nowhere. It's here to stay forever and ever and ever and ever.
But that brings us to our last topic of the night. Oh, actually, Othelia says something here in the chat. Blow the whistle. I'm surprised how many teenagers have even heard of Too Short. Yo, yeah, it's weird how Blow the whistle. Yeah, still
teenagers are buying cassette tapes again. Of course, they're hearing about this shit.
Dude, let me tell you something, man. Blow the Whistle still plays on the radio here in Los Angeles probably 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Like it just came out.
It's weird.
That is another one that will be played forever throughout all time. Blow the whistle.
And it's weird.
She came to drink. She don't need ID. Like, what? No, she definitely needs ID.
Yeah, she does to get into this establishment. And yeah, you still you'll see like 15-year-olds walking around with like Nirvana t-shirts and stuff. It's like, I know you were not born anywhere near when that
13-year-olds, dog. I saw a little fucking like 6'5", 6-year-old walking and rocking them.
Bro,
I was like,
kids born the year before I graduated high school can legally drink.
Oh man.
Don't like that at all.
Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me as much. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like aware of that. I'll be aware of that because I'll be like, man, I look at 20-year-olds and then I look at myself at 20 and I'm like, yeah, y'all just look way younger than we did growing up.
They do.
Like, y'all just look mad younger. And like, I don't know if that's like, did our grandparents feel that way? Did our aunts and uncles feel that way? Because
we were born when you could still smoke in the car with a kid.
Right. They never said it though, so maybe they did feel that way, but maybe they never noticed it. It's our vanity, baby. I don't know. I'm looking at it like, yo, these niggas is mad young.
Yeah.
Like you can't even look at a younger girl and be like, a 25-year-old girl and be like, yeah, she look good. You're like, damn, that girl looks like, is she lost? Is she looking for her parents? Find this girl her parents,
ma'am.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Walking up to like a 21-year-old in the beer aisle at Walmart and be like, "Do you need help finding your mommy?"
The fifth Bantha said he's talking about Too Short. He's an icon in their music history classes. Malonglu said Blow Whistle is a banger. Oh yeah, Millie said Blow Whistle is a banger. And Fifth Bantha also said, guys, at least we have a tech coming out, that will help us heal up and look younger soon. Some of the researchers on Star Trek are doing amazing things.
Star Talk.
No, it's Star Trek.
Star Talk is the Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
By the way, that sounds horrifying. It's literally the synopsis of when Tony Stark got turned evil.
Oh, yeah.
He released extremists into San Francisco, but the way he made it was so that the extremists just made you look younger and hotter. And then after everyone got some, he turned it off so they all looked fucking ugly. But for $1,000 a day, you could activate it again.
Oh, jeez.
Told you, Tony Stark went evil for a bit.
Tony Stark is the villain of the Avengers series. He's Avengers. He's the villain. He's a villain.
Millie said in the chat, they just got better skincare options than we do now.
Yeah, but they're getting fucking weird about it. Like, it's evidently...
I'm talking about how they look like babies. They look like babies.
Speaking of babies.
Looking babies.
Sorry.
Let's talk about...
Yeah, no. Look, I did my 5 minutes. Shout out to the Bantha Bun Show every Thursday. I've taken us off course enough.
Yeah, let's talk about Alien Romulus. This is the 7th or 9th.
I don't have a song for Aliens.
Yeah, it's like that's a different franchise. But this is the 7th or 9th film in this franchise, if depending on if you consider the Alien versus Predator movies to be canon. But this was helmed by Evil Dead and Don't Breathe director Fede Alvarez.
Shout out to he's a friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. Now we will be getting into the spoilers on this review, so anyone who hasn't seen the show and doesn't want to have anything ruined, please check the timestamps so you can come back and finish our discussion after you've seen the film. But with all those spoiler alerts out of the way, let's get into initial thoughts. What did you guys think of this movie on the whole? Andy, I'll let you go first.
Loved it. I thought it was a really, really great continuation of the Alien franchise. I was 100% not going into it with high expectations after Covenant, which is funny because I loved Prometheus. But Covenant, I was just like, So going into this one, I was like, all right, I don't know. And it was one of those things where I don't know about you guys, but I assumed it was a continuation. I thought this was the third part of the Prometheus trilogy. So I was very, very happily surprised that I got this one, which is evidently set between Alien and Aliens.
Yes, Alien and Alien 2, for those who are not hip to the to the lingo.
Yeah. I was just like looking at the chat. Althea said easily the grossest movie, freaky ass aliens.
Freaky ass alien, you a 69 god.
Fifth Bantha said if we don't care to see the film, we can stay and hear spoilers. Yeah, I mean, if you're not afraid of spoilers, stick around.
And Othelis's last note there, it did touch. He says it touched on Prometheus a bit. That is true. It did do that.
It did.
Yeah, it had spoilers out on a lot of the franchise for sure. Like it kind of
in a good way too. Well, yeah. And one of the things that I I didn't even recognize, and I played part of it. Also touched a lot on the Alien Isolation video game. Evidently, the director, while making Don't Breathe, was playing that game a lot and was like, man, if you could get back to this, the Alien franchise, that's the Alien franchise people want to get.
Okay. Apparently, they use those little phone call packs that are on the door. They were apparently in.
That's the save point.
But they were apparently at before every action scene in this movie. You saw one of those.
That's cool.
I don't know nothing about all that. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, because it's like you're hitting the checkpoint, like he just said. Like, this is your loading screen before you get your head chopped off,
right?
And then you have to start back.
Yes, I'm at a save point. There's definitely gonna be some bullshit around the corner.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Now, real quick before we get too much further, because we were just talking about Prometheus. Something ridiculous that I realized, guys. We're 65 years away from when Alien starts. Not the first Alien movie, but Prometheus started. It is set in 2089. We are literally one lifetime away from. All right, let's go find the fucking engineers.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, but you know, sci-fi gets it wrong sometimes. We're also smack dab in the middle of the Blade Runner universe right now. Like,
have you not seen the Blades running? Ooh.
No. You're wrong on that one. This one, they got it right. Like, this one is the placeholder. Like, this was the one that people been waiting on. Basically, this solved the problem of the time frame gap. Like, where are we in the story? This solved that problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, because in what's the one after Prometheus?
Covenant.
Well, I don't know. It sucked or not sucked. That's the first time the alien, the black alien that we see.
The traditional xenomorph.
That's the xenomorph that we see in Alien. And that's your sign that you're here. This is where it started. And so therefore the Prometheus was before that one. And then it's like this directive that's been passed on down through all the AIs. And here we are with this movie that slaps us dead in the middle of the Ridley story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot going on with the timeliney of it, and I want to get into that later. But what were your initial thoughts on this movie? Did you like it? Hate it?
It don't matter.
Of course it matters. Okay, I'll give my.
I'm sorry. I liked it. I mean,
go outside, nerd.
I liked it. I thought it was great. Like I just said, man, it did a great job of filling in plot holes, man. You know, there's so many plot holes still.
Yeah, this movie had some of their own. Oh,
hey, what's up, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. It's 9 for 9. Man.
The original face hugger.
The original face
hugger. Back before it was like considered a bad thing.
I'm going one more applause on that one. The original face hugger is getting 3 applause.
What's up?
I don't know if you guys saw, but during COVID and everything, someone started making like face hugger face masks. They were awesome.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, probably didn't protect you from God.
Through it?
Probably didn't protect you from shit.
It wasn't. I don't know, but it looked awesome.
Shout out to Nine gifted a Drunk Banthas channel membership. Y'all picked them up.
Oh, that's
we got about 9-10 members right now, so go sign up. You get exclusive content right now. It's what is it on there? The video.
Alex's phone number.
Yes, the Cuckoo review.
Cuckoo, what's the matter with you?
And there'll be other reviews going up there soon of that same ilk, but it's going to be exclusive to members, so you can only get it If
you could only
if you're
get
one of our
this rock,
special members.
they got dog food around the way.
But Nine, what were your initial thoughts on this movie? Like, did you like it? Hate it?
I loved it so much. No, I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
I did not see this movie. Sorry.
I appreciate you coming in so I could ask the wrong person.
Gotta keep the street going.
Oh, are you interested in this movie at all? Or are you like a fan of the Alien?
Oh, yeah, I love Alien 1 and then Aliens. Awesome, amazing. Can't count out that. I'm sorry, guys. I've been trying to get the Kick stream to work for a while now. We are on Kick. It worked for the OBS studio when it was just like my face going for a little bit, but now it's just not working for StreamYard. So
like StreamYard.
Nothing's working for StreamYard anymore.
Right.
Nothing's working for externally anymore. Twitter.
No one wants to connect anyone. They want you to use theirs.
Exactly. They want you to use their shit. Twitter wants you to pay so you can stream live.
I think you mean X.
Oh no.
Well, until he's done suing people to advertise, he needs to get money some way, right?
Yeah, not from me.
That's one of the funniest things I ever saw, by the way.
Yeah, not from us.
Talking about that on the Bantha Bunch show.
A wise man once said, "Everybody love everybody." That's all I'm saying.
Everybody love everybody.
Sounds like a jackass.
But just to give like my initial thoughts real quick on this movie, I really enjoyed it. I feel like this is because the timeline and the continuity of things get so mucky later on with the prequels and movies that people like and don't like.
Quack.
I think because this takes place, and this isn't a spoiler for anything, this takes place between the first Alien movie and Aliens. This is kind of like, this kind of creates its own perfect little trilogy. If you don't want to get into any of the messiness, if you're just like, I want to marathon the Aliens movies or the Alien movies, you can watch Alien, this movie, and Aliens and be totally satisfied. I feel like,
especially if you leave out Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection.
Right? Yeah, just leave those alone. If you just put on, I
don't know if I've seen Alien Resurrection.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
It's got Ron Perlman and Winona Ryder and just bullshit.
Alien Resurrection is better than Alien 3. Sorry.
They're just both so bad is the problem.
They're both really bad.
Also, remember, Alien Resurrection is a Joss Whedon movie, and they threw out what he wanted to do, which was Firefly. Right. So he wrote this instead, and it's just
it was really bad. I'm just saying it was better than 3. But
yeah,
maybe that's what I'll do on Thursday.
On a scale of 1 to shit, they were both shit.
I'll put the
one had nuts in it. Yeah,
I'll do order a list of the Alien movies on Thursday.
That'd be cool.
Alien 3 director's cut is awesome.
That's what I've heard, and and Alien 3 was directed by the god David Fincher. So y'all
are wrong.
I heard Film Age also loves the director's cut of Rebel Moon as well. He loved that stuff.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you the Alien 3 director's cut or no director's cut, like Ophelia said, is me.
Dude, I love Prometheus.
Agreed.
I do like Prometheus. I think people are talking about that movie way too much.
I didn't like it the first time I saw it, and then I gave it another shot, and I was like, "Oh, I was a fucking idiot."
Okay, since we're talking about Prometheus, let me just mention this real quick. Because Prometheus, the Blu-ray cut, has all that version of the movie actually makes sense. Like they have the deleted scenes where you can see the beginning of the movie starts with the engineers and the elders, and it explains why the engineer is like taking the poison basically.
Yeah. Because if that's what creates life.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying it explains all this stuff before he actually does it. And then also the engineer's conversation with David and Waylon and Dr. Shaw is all actually borne out. It actually like goes a little longer, and then they cut out the whole thing that was actually written. They cut out like 5 pages of written shit or 5 pages of conversation that they ended up having.
Yeah, and it's
so that movie should have been way better.
It's only $12.
It's funny that you mentioned that because like it seems like a common thread with Ridley Scott, like even with Blade Runner, like he has such huge ideas, and the Dune movie that he wanted to make but didn't. Like he has these huge ideas but doesn't really have.
Alex brings it back to Dune.
I always gotta listen up like Aib. You always have to
May thy night.
No, they had the Bob Dylan trailer in the movie when we went to go see Alien Romulus, and I was like, "Listen like Aib." Dylan.
Of course you are.
He definitely said that.
I did say that. But Ridley Scott, has like a more contemplative way of making movies, and then like in the sequel of Alien, we had James Cameron come in and have like become this like big actiony bombast thing. And this movie seems like a kind of like a nice mixture of both. Like it has it's very contemplative about like the situation and what these characters are going through, and also it's like very horror actiony. What did you think about like the tone of the movie, Bill, overall?
Tone was different than most of the other movies because we were dealing with younger people. This is the first young cast that we've ever had, or I should say, this is the youngest cast that we've ever had in an Alien movie. Now, before this weekend, I wouldn't even be able to talk to you about none of the Alien movies, but I watched all of the Alien movies in less than 2 days, so. I am able to tell you everything Alien, son. Like whatever you want, son. What you need, I got you.
I got you.
So yeah, as much as there were aspects of the same, of the other films, and much as they did a lot of callbacks and paid homage to shit, it still had a different pace and it had a different feel because we were dealing with younger people, and I think that was cool because. We always talk about it on this show and on the Does It Hold Up show that we do every other Monday on the Drunk Banthas channel. We do that.
I'll tell you what.
We need younger actors and stuff instead of having to use the same old actors. Not the ageism, but same old with an apostrophe.
Right. You're not going to get new movies.
Talking about old, I just got done watching the DNC, and Joe Biden just spoke.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
It was the corpse of Joe Biden, actually.
He sent me a text message about an hour ago. Said, I'm about to go up on the stage. Anything you want me to say? Like,
I said bananas.
Joe and Kamala be blowing my phone up.
Did Joe say bananas? If he said bananas, that means he got our text message.
I'm pretty sure he.
But if he didn't say the word,
he capitalized some letters in his speech where it lines up to say bananas.
An acronym,
all of the,
He said, what do you guys think the reason for all the Roman mythology references?
So I'll answer that one. But real quick with the younger actors, it's also my first thought was Jason X. And then after watching this movie, it was like, oh, but they did it the right way. This was good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can still have the younger actors and the teens in it, and it doesn't have to be shit. Now, the Roman mythology, that's actually because they've had mythology throughout the entire series.
Yes.
I mean, Prometheus, Titan that stole fire. I forget. I know there was another one in Covenant. I think it was the name of the ship.
The name of the ship in the first one too is
Nostromo.
Nostromo, yeah, which is damn, what's that one? It's like where you're transforming or something, or
I don't remember.
It's like means to change or something like that.
There was another the last one, Alien Resurrection. The name of the ship was like a mythological soldier. All of them have connections to different mythologies. Just some Greek, some Roman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Romulus and Remus.
Oh, Apollo's the name of a ship in one of them.
And Romulus and Remus was going to. I think Apollo's the one that
like on Earth in real life.
I think
Romulus and Remus is the myth of how Rome was founded.
right.
Oh, and how the two twins were abandoned and they were raised by they were raised by a wolf, and then Romulus killed Remus and they named it Rome. Well, I mean, as for why, I mean, everything we do in outer space really has a lot of mythology to it. All the planets are named after gods. Look at
named after gods.
Yeah.
The funniest one, so Jupiter is the name for Zeus, and then all of his moons are named after different people he fucked. And when NASA sent a satellite to Jupiter to look at all the moons and to research them, it named this the satellite Juno, which is the Roman name for Hera. So they sent his wife to go check on him and all his mistresses and masters.
God damn,
NASA's funny.
That's so ridiculous.
And also in David in the one before this, the movie before this one, he walks into the Enter Valhalla song from some Roman.
Oh yeah.
So like it's all
Norse mythology.
Yeah, it's all about Norse, Greek mythology that the entire time, because Sarah or Lil Frothy or whatever your name is, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who you are. No, but it's because that's what inspiration. That's what it's been for Europeans exploring. They like to quote these people. You know, they like to quote these things because they conquered the world. They conquered the world, right?
Excuse me. The ship in Alien Isolation is Anisodora, but the computer is called Apollo in that. And
Have
then
you played that game?
I played part of it. You can't fight
scary.
it, so it's one of those like but it's good.
Creepy, yeah, it's creepy.
There's a planet in Aliens. The planetoid Acheron is a river in the Greek underworld. Like all of it is.
Oh, so yeah. So
can you imagine?
I forgot to tell you. Now Jeff got these notes for your ass. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well, that was just one of my IMDb trivias.
Okay.
My notes are right there.
You got
These
these
guys,
notes. Okay.
Before we get into
Professional,
before we get into it for real, Athelia said in the chat, AVP, does it hold up? Maybe. We're trying to make something. We're trying to make that happen.
I just did it. Don't make me do it again.
You have to.
Yeah, I didn't
have to watch.
We didn't have to, but I know me and Jeff both watched both versus Predators.
Can you guys imagine like if we lived in a world where like
in a world
but where like multi polytheism still existed, like where we still just like worshipped so many different gods all the time?
So many.
We don't.
That would be.
I mean,
Shintoism was the craziest.
Individually, there's multiple gods, but like
there's people who worship Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, Drake,
Dua Lipa for me.
Dua Lipa. Okay, Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa sounds like a sexual act that you create.
Yeah. Why do you think he worships him? Shintoism was the craziest. In Shintoism, everything had a soul, and that soul was godly, like a
Everything?
rock.
Like even
rock.
like your microphone right now.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the Shintoism was a lot.
So I could like just make my own like figurine, and it'll be a new god.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. But before we get into the just like the plot of this movie, I do want to just talk about the reception real quick.
There's no music for this.
Yeah, no, there's no music for box office updates.
So I mean mainstream Ophelius.
You should have gotten like the clicking noises
Everybody
from the Xenomorphs.
worshiping multi gods.
So Alien Romulus opened at over $108 million at the box office this weekend. It's the second highest opening for an Alien film behind Prometheus.
Wow.
And it's currently 81% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, 86% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
That means it won't be on, doesn't hold up anytime soon.
Yeah, no, it will not.
Which is the third highest of an Alien movie.
The third highest, so it's like right behind. It's right behind Alien and Aliens.
It goes Aliens at 94, Alien at 93, and then this one at 81.
Damn,
check it out.
Yes, it's a rarefied air. Yeah,
Same with IMDb scores.
So those are Michael Jordan Kobe numbers right there. But I really
so disrespectful.
But no, I think that this is going to be a new classic for sure. Like I said, I feel like it makes that those three movies a good trilogy beyond just being like the three best of the time. And I also want to talk about just like we were talking about the young cast. I feel like it leans into the themes of the movie about how like the poverty of this situation on this planet, how everybody's super poor, and it seems like people die young.
This was a different
everybody.
I thought this was Earth.
No, it was,
no, this isn't. This isn't out Earth.
I thought this was 2024.
This was a planet that they're terraforming that has not finished terraforming yet.
Oh, I thought it was,
which is actually why the kids get stuck there. Because are we still talking numbers or are we talking story now?
Oh no, we're talking the story.
Let's get into the story. Yeah, like
story,
we're
talking the story.
So main girl, forget her name already. So she, she's supposed to be done. She's supposed to be done with her contract or whatever, and then they're like, "Yeah, no, you gotta give us 400." Like they extended it or whatever. Which reminded me a lot of did you guys ever watch the show Boston Legal?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Well,
do you remember the episode where he tries suing the military because of the stop loss program?
No.
Oh yeah.
That reminded me a lot of this.
Who remembers Boston?
Because I also weirdly watched
That's a great show.
Because I also
an amazing show.
I watched that. I watched that episode at the same time I watched that movie Stop Loss with Channing Tatum and Joseph Gordon-Levitt that nobody else.
It's like saying that's like making an Ally McBeal reference right now.
So anyway,
guys, actually,
that was great.
It just reminded me a lot of that, where you're finally done, and then they're just like, "Nope, we're gonna give you lots more." But then also, they told her like, "You have to give us 400 more hours," and it's like, okay, so I'm assuming those are work hours, right?
Right.
And they're like, "Yeah, that'll probably be like 5 or 6 more years. 400 more hours divided by 8, so just 4 normal work days."
Right.
Which I'm assuming they're not. I'm assuming they're working way more than just a normal work day.
Yeah.
That's only 50 work days. How does that come out to 5 or 6 years?
What up, Talking Turd?
Yeah, how does that work out? I didn't do that math at all.
Shout out to Talking Turd, by the way. Talking Turd shouted us out in one of his videos. I forgot to say something last week, but yeah, shout out.
Yeah, thanks.
Yo,
thanks,
go check
Turd.
him. Go check him
Good
out.
to see you in the chat again.
Yeah, man. What's happening?
Whatever happened to Ally McBeal? Yeah, that's a good
She
question.
fell down an elevator
Also,
shaft.
A funny story.
She was Supergirl's boss.
The person who wrote and produced Boston Legal also wrote and produced Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal. That's why I mean.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just.
They were both on Fox. They came on one after the
weird
other.
Coincidence.
Came on the same day. I was making the same. That's just.
But
shout out to William Shatner.
Yeah, shout out to William Shatner.
Oh, love you, Bill Shatner. Denny Crane. What a great character.
Bill Shatner.
His friends call him Bill.
Billy Shatner. That's what they call him in the hood. Billy Shatner.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like about how.
Because I had a question. Go ahead. No, I want you to go. Talk.
Yeah, just like like we were saying about how the characters were younger, and it just shows how like devastating things are on this planet, and how desperate she is in this opening scene where she's pretty much an indentured servant. It's pretty sad, and they
show her trying to buy her freedom, nigga.
Right.
She goes to the massa.
That's the opening of the movie. Yes.
Yeah, she goes to massa and she says, "Look, Jeff Bezos be like, bitch, you can't leave.
But the
like that's what happened.
yeah.
Jeff Bezos said, yeah, you know what? Thing is, we got this new thing where it's raising up. We
You're
actually,
12,000 hours.
we actually just right now, you just got 12,000.
Eagles.
You just hit.
It's only 1,500 days if you think about it.
Did you just hit the button a lot of times? Does that have anything to do with how many years I have to do?
That's
know,
an interesting concept
actually-
right there. Maybe time is skewed because they have no sun. Yeah, like how do you even tell time on
because
different
the
planets?
same-
Is it just based on regular Earth time?
Okay, so
Or ET?
first of all, y'all are clearly forgetting how we actually measure time now. We don't base it on sundials like goddamn stone.
Oh,
We
Unfiltered Bachelor is saying it was actually 20,000 too.
we do it based off of rotations and math. Like we know rotations around.
That's an extra
But when you're going
2,500
off
work
of
days.
like
why she
different
called it-
planets.
She didn't call it a year, bro. They charted
Yeah,
themselves
it's 6
a
more years.
course to this planet from Earth. I think they might know how many cycles it takes, which is why they call it cycles, not years.
True.
Yeah.
Get around 1 year around the planet. I'm just
So,
saying.
but
This is
like I'm
called
just saying, like with
science
a base
fiction.
time frame, like would it be based on just like Earth cycles then?
No,
Either way. I mean, an hour is still an hour.
year. That's why they're not calling it a year. They're calling it a
Actually,
cycle.
an hour. Yeah, an hour should still be an hour. The interesting thing then just comes from like, okay, is a year when you go around the sun? Is a year just when you go around the planet? Because they're on a moon for a planet too.
Yeah.
Right.
Go
That's all.
outside, nerd. Get out.
All right. Anyway,
It's
moving on.
I thought it's an interesting question. It's like,
So so
maybe
she works
time
for
is
Jeff Bezos.
Wait, what? What did you say, Jeff?
Yeah, they work for Jeff.
She works for Jeff
She
Bezos.
works for Jeff
So she works for Jeff Bezos.
She's peeing in bottles and like, damn,
People
why
are
do
dying.
I gotta pee in these space bottles?
Don't forget about people dying. Mostly adults, which is an interesting part of it. It was an interesting part of it to me. Because like we were talking about earlier how the cast is super young.
Mhm.
But it's super young because we're trying to establish early, like, yo, people is dying, son.
Yeah.
Like
Coal mining, man.
exactly, but it's worse than American coal mining. Like coal mining, you don't die until you like get right about the time you would retire, and then you die.
Yeah.
Like these dudes,
Space coal is extra deadly.
right before
yeah,
that
for all
pension.
mankind. Yeah, exactly. Like you, yeah, exactly. Right when we're done with your use. Like we're
Why
having
Bill
more
say
use.
that like in LA nigga? Hey,
Yeah, right.
he
Oh.
is.
No, man.
He's been in LA long enough.
Frothy hates that shit. Frothy hates that shit.
Ask a simple question.
You say he's sloy. First of all, LA niggas sound like Midwest niggas. Really, that's really what it is.
Hello.
This is our cast though right here.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's the casty cast.
But
Kaylee Spain.
yeah, it was really crazy how
Sounds
like
like
yeah, but my point about the age thing is like you got these kids now having to get it out the mud, figure it out for themselves, figure it out on their own. And they realizing, these Gen Zers, they realizing, man, you know what, man, the man ain't gonna do nothing for us, man. We gotta do it on our own, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start our own social media page.
Yeah.
Man,
They say, look, man, let's get up out of here. Look, well, guess what we found? We
so hard to
found
believe in such a crazy dystopian future. I wonder what that would be like.
they're like, we found a domain name that nobody using. You want to go steal it? And bam, that's what we got. That's our plot line, basically.
Yeah, like it is the
Sorry,
inciting.
I'm sorry. For people who haven't seen it, that's not what happens at all. But go ahead.
I do want to get
Million News last quote, 100% spot on. David Johnson's going to get so much work after this.
Yeah, he's definitely, this is definitely gonna be setting him up for some great things. But before we get to like the story of it, I just want to keep it a little spoiler light for a second and want to ask you guys about like the scariness of the movie, because we've heard a little bit, like, just as far as like, you know, if you pay attention to film Twitter and shit, like, you know, people have been talking about movies like Cuckoo and Long Legs and talking about how it's not as scary as the promotion would suggest, and like they don't really feel scared by the movie. And I'm curious how you guys feel about, like, were you scared during this movie? Do you feel like you're being scared during a horror movie makes or breaks it being a good horror movie?
This is not a Bill question.
Andy, I'll let you go.
Well, your last question first. Does being scared make it a better or make or break a horror movie? I don't know if it necessarily makes or breaks it, because there's a lot. It's not like when we were younger and movies could really scare us. But that being said, if you do get a good scare from a horror movie, it makes it better for sure. Then I'll say that parts of the movie did freak me out. It had a couple good jump scares. More than scary, it creeped me out. I mean, dude, face huggers freak me the fuck out. They are creepy, and the idea of them like grabbing you, and like I'm giving myself chills thinking about it. So like those scenes where you just saw those face huggers, I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then before we get, again, if we're gonna go a little less than spoiler heavy, that end scene, Isabella Merced was like
that.
She was quoted as saying, "I've got a scene that's gonna gross pretty much everyone out," and she wasn't wrong.
Yeah, apparently most of the cast members they were saying that they couldn't watch it on the monitor.
Yeah,
I was like, oh god damn.
So I'm pretty sure. See, I was saying this the other day, and I don't really feel like this is a horror movie. Like this ain't a horror movie. This is a science fiction action movie, because like horror movies, like, first of all, scary. Ain't shit scary about no goddamn movie. That's the first thing. Let's just get that out of the way. Not to me. I've ain't nothing been scary in a movie to me since Hannibal Lecter. You know what I'm saying? Since what was the first one? Silence of the
Lambs.
Yeah, like that. Ain't
Are the lambs still screaming, Clarice?
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's just funny to me. But like most horror movies are funny.
Oh, that scene from The Office where he cuts off the CPR dummy's face, puts it on his.
Yeah.
It didn't seem really realistic in the movie. Turns out it's pretty real.
I never watched The Office. I'm gonna have to check it out.
That is one of the best scenes in the entire show.
But yeah, I just don't feel like it's so. Yeah, I never looked at it like that. I think that really, especially people with expectations, and you haven't seen the movie, I would go into it with the expectations of, it's a science fiction action movie, a sci-fi action movie, and I think you have a better expectations of how the movie comes out if you prepare yourself in that way.
Right. Well,
because I think if you're looking at it as a horror movie, you're going to be like, this is one of the worst like horror movies ever.
Well, as a person who isn't like scared from horror movies, you don't feel like this is still has a like horror elements.
And I like horror movies, by the way. And no.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
I understand what you're saying, but like, it's just it's got too much science fiction for it to be a horror movie for me.
And
too much action. Way too much action. Right. Like, does your action really make it a horror movie, or does it now make it, like, to me, it makes it more of an action movie? You running around, fast paced, shooting, guns, killing.
Right. Well, a lot of movies are trying to be two things nowadays. And even when the first Alien movie came out, like, that was one of Roger Ebert's main complaints about the movie, is like, well, it's kind of just like a slasher film. They just like put it in space. So it's like, it's not much like a.
Sorry, I muted you.
Or slasher fear's not like scary though. Oh, well, I guess Bill, what would you consider like kind of like a recent like scary movie that you've seen?
That I've seen recently. I mean, I hadn't seen anything recently because I don't
Scared
go.
you? Yeah.
Well, I mean, no. First of all, there's not a movie that scares me. Period.
Right.
That doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck when it came out. It don't.
Mhm.
It's not gonna scare me.
Not even This Is 40? Terrifying.
嗯
13 going
I'm
on
afraid to
40.
watch
but
that movie.
13 going on 30. That's the one that scared me. But
嗯 feel the same way.
I was 17 years old. It was scary.
One of my favorite horror movies is Event Horizon, which is basically just Hellraiser in space. I fucking loved it.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, horror movie to me, I guess. What should I explain what a horror movie is to me? Is that what I should do? Next time on Dragon Ball.
Just like, if you want to just like name one of your like your most recent horror movie that you really enjoyed. Like, did you like Talk to Me?
Not necessarily that's well. So
yeah, Talk to Me was scary to me.
So
I would consider Talk to Me a horror movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So I guess that also then lends back to Alex's question: is it a horror movie if it doesn't scare you? Because then by that definition, there are no horror movies.
Yeah,
right. For
like,
me, yeah, that's why I don't hold that as a. That's why I was pointing that out because that's why I wouldn't hold that as a benchmark for a horror movie.
Right. And that's kind of what I wanted to get to because, like, I feel like all of us, after we watch enough horror movies, for horror fans, there's going to be a certain level of like familiarity. Like we're going to start to get used to
familiarism. Stay with that.
We're going to start to get used.
I wish there was more emotionality.
Yeah, same.
We're gonna start to get used to all these things that we see in horror movies, and things are not gonna scare us as much, but we're still gonna be impressed by like the craft,
spooky,
and the
genre.
The
movie, the craft.
Movie.
Yeah, obviously we're always
Not
gonna be impressed by the craft, the movie.
Nev Campbell,
not the remake.
Yeah, but
continue.
yeah.
Don't read this. Don't read that. Just say what you're gonna say.
I've already been thrown off.
No,
let's say what the film age has to say. It was a creepy but horror for me, but I go with practical effects, cinematography, and music. If a horror film excels, there is generally good for me. But that egg vagina was some Cronenberg body horror-ish.
Yeah. That Cronenberg. Look, that Cronenberg vagina.
You had me at egg vagina.
Not gonna lie, that was wild. The egg vagina was wild. Lil Frothy, we was at the movie theater together. Me, Alex, Lil Frothy watching it, and I just gotta point this out. When old girl said, "Now this is horror movie esque."
Yeah.
Old girl said that she just wanted her baby to grow up to see the sun.
Oh,
and I was like, Lil Frothy looked over at me and she was like, that bitch gonna die. This bitch finna die immediately. It's like, when we get out of this, I'm gonna buy me a farm.
You didn't see that coming?
But I will say she lasted till like basically the end.
I mean, she was the last to die.
Yeah.
Of the humans.
Yeah,
Right.
she was the last to die for sure.
Yep.
Yes.
Top 5 creepy things in this movie, Alex.
Yeah, and I do want to get to like the creepy ending for
You just
later
name
on,
your
but,
top 5.
top 5 creepy things.
Yeah, your top 5 creepiest things in this movie.
I would say the creepiest thing was like skeleton man at the end with baby teeth.
Baby Teeth Skeleton Man.
Baby Teeth Skeleton Man at the end.
That's a good name.
He's number 1. I don't know. I like the X-ray torch scene. Like that was creepy. When she was actually trying to see
where it was.
Yeah, where it was like busting
I
out.
like
of her.
the foreshadowing of that, and I like that she was the one that actually did it again. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The one thing with that was just, man, that chest burster grew way too fast. It was like 20 minutes from like face hug to chest burst, and it's like,
yeah,
that's never been that fast before.
Well, I think that's showing the evolution of the I don't know.
Well, remember, this is between Alien and Aliens. It should have been at least a couple hours.
No, it was too fast. It was But you know what? I was happy
But I'll tell you
because
what, that was the last thing I disliked about the movie. From then on, I just got compliments.
I thought that was great because I was like, well, yeah, quick. I don't need to be like waiting for a whole act to find out if this chest is gonna bust.
No, you don't have to wait a whole act. They could have just had the time in the movie go faster.
No. Just move it on. This bitch. We gonna pay her
supposed
more.
to be there for 36 hours. That's
we gonna pay her more to just be sitting there breathing. Like, come on, get her out of here. Look, we know what's gonna happen. I'm just saying this. 42 years or 50 years damn near a fucking alien. Yeah. Like, we know what's gonna happen. Let's just move on. We all like she's pregnant with chest 79. Babies. Yeah,
hey,
she's
chat
with chest babies. Just move on.
I need your help, chat. Let me know if you guys can figure out how to like gift memberships to individual users, just because it feels like it goes out to random people every single time I gift it out, and not like the people that are watching.
So, oh, really? You're just like you're just blowing on dandelions.
No, I think it's just people who aren't chatting, because there's people who are in the chat that aren't chatting. Like, they're like right now we got 11 people all combined. So there's people.
I want to reward the people that are chatting. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If you're gonna pay, baby. You got a whole free.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay.
But by the way,
get membership up.
Man, look, hey, we still got the 9 that's that's all signed up.
Million new solved it for me. Thank you, bud.
They're coming for the free, but they staying for the pay.
Millie said in the chat, the huggers were being modified by the company. Right? I feel like this is where the lore gets a little muggy as far as like the origins of the
xenomorphs.
Morphs. I know it's
xenophobes.
You were about to call them xenophobes.
I was about to call them xenophobes. I was like, why does my brain want to do this? I know that's not the right word.
Alex hates women and aliens, especially women aliens.
But I know that.
Do you know what the lore is? For what Millie's talking about right there?
Not entirely. I was just going to talk about how it's so muddled that it's hard to.
It's not muddled anymore. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you just look, I highly recommend going on Disney Plus or Hulu or whatever and watching the collect of on Disney Plus. It is who, like, you know what I'm saying. I watch it on Disney Plus, but exactly. But they got the collections set up, so you can watch them all in order and whatnot. And they basically explain that the huggers have been modified throughout time, starting with David from Prometheus. I
can't comment on that, or I will take us all day on a different subject. Are
you talking about the comics too?
No, just nope.
Yeah,
I don't get why he had spores. Those are so much easier to infect people. Why do you then need to make the eggs? That makes no fucking sense to me.
Well, because he was trying to make them stronger. So with the spores, they were still
they're doing a good job killing.
Take my strong.
They were doing a good job killing, but they could die. So he was like trying to make them less capable of death. And also he was trying to make them intelligent, which is why we end up when the ones we get, the xenomorphs we get in Alien, we're led to believe that they thinking a little bit more. They're strategizing, that they're, so basically to get the perfect xenomorph that we end up with. But this is the thing. Nobody ever understood, are the aliens smart or are they just attacking people? Like, and that's what Prometheus and all of the other ones.
Resurrection did a good job of showing how smart they were.
Definitely, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm very upset.
That leaves a whole nother list of questions. Like, how are they smart? Why are they smart? And I think that's what the last 3 movies have been, is clean up on aliens. You know what I'm saying? Like, why doesn't any of this make sense? That's the biggest complaint of all the alien movies. all
That
the
sounds like
time.
a pretty good like parody movie. Clean Up on Isle Aliens. Like,
Clean Up on Isle Aliens. It's an
It's
animated television show that's on Hulu.
Let us
If
if
know.
it was
every-
Clean Up on Isle Zombie, that would be Black
Tubi,
Friday starring
maybe.
Bruce Campbell.
Now that's on TNT every Thursday. 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Film
Filmade
says.
Oh, sorry. Oh, great minds
I
think
was
alike.
gonna-
Filmade in the chat. Yeah. Just chalked it up to company manufacturing ones are accelerated due to the manufacturing of the black goo made a side effect if they evolve faster as well.
Man, it sounds like you ain't. Hold on a second. God damn it.
And I just gifted Frothy.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.
Yeah, Froth, go get outside, nerd.
That was for filmmates. I don't
Perfect
understand.
timing there.
I know words. I know the words that you said or you used, but I don't know what you just said. So I'm joking.
Yeah, like the stuff with the David infecting pretty much everything that happened in Covenant specifically is super lore heavy and big and
Covenant was weird, yeah.
Covenant was crazy. I feel like I need to watch that again.
That's a serial killer movie.
That seems like that seems like whoa. You just
the scene with both of them just interacting with each other, and you're like, which one is the good? Yeah,
When he just kisses himself, yeah.
Yeah.
The scene where the first, I guess, backburster in Covenant happens. You know, it pops out of his back.
Yeah.
I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know until this last weekend when I was doing my rewatch. You can find on YouTube a scene of that from the backburster's perspective. So you can.
Hold on.
So
Who's the
you are.
First of all, can we go ahead and make sure that gets coined? Can we get the backburster? Kirstyn, we need a backburster t-shirt.
Oh, you know what?
Sorry, let Jeff go ahead.
I've heard that song. I love Make the Stallion. I love
yeah.
That's a pretty good
song.
You can take your phone and it's because it's a 3D one, and you can move it around. And if you move it over here, you see the heart, and then you hear, and you hear the bitch outside screaming like, "Oh God, what the fuck's happening?" And you see, and then all of a sudden you just see it slowly open, and you fall to the floor, and you can look up and see his dead body and see her running around covered in blood.
Jesus.
Yeah, it is.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Someone made that app.
It is. It's only 2-3 minutes long, but it's insane. It's not even an app. It's just a video on YouTube.
Someone made that 360.
Yeah.
That's insane. But I'm curious, because I liked a lot of things about this movie, but there's one particular thing that a lot of people were very upset about. I'm curious how you guys felt about this. Again, this is big spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, but Ian Holm returns in a weird CGI.
Ian Holm returned.
somehow Ian Holm returned. As the android Ash. A lot of people have been like weird about this. Every time
that Ash was ass, and Ian Holm is dead, man. Rest in peace to the dead, man.
Yeah,
you know what's not dead? Androids.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry.
Yeah, every time they bring back somebody from the dead, an actor from the dead in CGI form. It's
dead for a while.
What's his name?
Ian Holm.
What's his android name? Asher.
Ash.
Ash. Ash is the android's name. Wow. Ian Holmes is the actor's name. He died in 2020. And apparently his family, they gave the go ahead on this. They gave the studio permission for this, but they also put out a statement saying that they were very proud of this because Ian was saying that he wanted to do more after the Hobbit movies. After the Hobbit movies came out. After the Hobbit movies came out, he wanted to do more films, and he was kind of disappointed the fact that he wasn't able to do more. And they were really emotional when they were showing the footage of this because they knew that he would have wanted to be a part of this if he was given the opportunity. So I was like, if the family is totally okay with it, then who am I to be offended by this reimagining of it, but that's just me. And also, this is a person who didn't care about it before I even heard about any of this. But I'm curious how
You guys need to answer this guy's question right here.
We need to. Well, I just wanted to get these off first before we go back and forth.
Okay. Talking Turd says the problem with the Alien franchise is if you the problem with the Alien franchise
didn't know where you were reading it at.
is you are due if you are due the fan service of chest bursters and face huggers. That makes away that takes away the shock value. The first time you see it shocks you, but after 7 times it's old. That's fair. Like, yeah, like you're never gonna be as surprised as you were the first time you saw.
Well, yes, and you know who else won't be? All the other actors, because I mean, you guys know about that, right?
Right. Yeah. Just like how.
Hold on, I want you to explain that right after Alex reads this one right here.
Dylan Smith said, "LOL, how do I become a channel member? Not asking for a gift, just don't know where YouTube put the membership button.
It should be a join button on the if you're on the Drunk Banthas channel watching, it should be a join button somewhere around
right
here.
It's right next to the bell.
Yeah, it's right next to
at
the
least
bell.
looking at it on my phone. That's where
You have to subscribe
on your
before it
phone.
shows you the join.
You
thing.
might have to subscribe. So if you're not
Sure
subscribed, yeah, I'm pretty positive too. Dylan has been with us for a minute, man. Shout out to Dylan, man. What's happening?
Oh yeah, I was curious. Dylan Smith also said that Ian Holmes was the jump scare.
Oh God, what is up with that face, man?
Or maybe that's not what he said, but that's how I read it. Yeah, like what did you think of the character returning?
I thought that was dope, but I thought it was it just looked stupid.
Yeah.
You know, like remember when Conan used to do the late night show and they used to do the Bill Clinton sketches and they had the lips in there and it was just like the little superimposed lips.
Yeah.
And then they would act like Bill Clinton was saying crazy shit and he'd be like, "Wah!" You know, like shit like that. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I mean, Bill Clinton was on the show. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Bill Clinton was always on the show every week. But yeah, no,
he had a residency.
Like 1997
CGI
is what we were talking about.
Yeah, Bill Clinton on the Conan O'Brien show was like Sarah Palin on SNL, but the fake one. Like
crazy.
For like a whole year, it was just nothing but Bill Clinton.
But yeah, that went on for years.
It did it did look a little funky. And it's one of those things where it's just is when it comes to
you were really nice.
I didn't actually notice.
Well, and sometimes it looked funky, and sometimes it looked great. But also it's kind of one of those things with the whole Alien franchise. Like, you know, Ian Holm looked really
damn, Dylan showing his support.
Oh shit.
Hey.
What's up, Dylan? Thanks for the donation.
I mean, it literally should be right next to where you just sent that button.
Yeah, you know, he found that button. I really
continue. I'm just trying to.
Oh yeah, like as far as like the special effects in the movie, like in the first Alien movie, like we all remember is also pretty janky when it came to the android stuff. So I guess it's just like, is that just a common trope in the Alien movies? The android graphics are always going to be janky.
I don't know. Like I said, I liked it on this one. I didn't to the point where I didn't know Ian Holmes was dead. So
yeah, they got a good.
I did not know he was dead either, but 2020 was a lot of death. So
and a lot of time ago.
It was okay time ago, but it was definitely a lot of death.
It was a lot of time.
Hold on. So I just found the button. Dylan, it's right here. Everybody else.
Okay, thank you, because that is absolutely what I was doing on a different screen.
Here y'all go. It's right here. It's like right underneath the name.
It might look different because you obviously are not
you're
going to
not
have
going to see analytics.
edit video button. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
But it should be in that general.
Quit being
area.
nosy.
And make sure you hit that like button too.
It should look different because your like should be right here. You should have liked this already.
Make sure
You're
that,
You're asking that lady from Rocco's Modern
yours
Life
should be like
show
too.
up, like all naked in front of Rocco. It's like, how dare you? Like, you showed me everything.
Mrs. Fathead.
It wasn't Mrs. Fathead.
Big Head.
It wasn't Miss
And,
Big Head.
uh,
it was-
Shout out
Yeah.
to the 5th Bantha, gifted 5 memberships as well.
He said, I figured it out. He figured it out. He just figured it out too. He's like, shit, I'll do it too. Shit.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, let's talk about the story of this one a little bit. Yeah, first of all, thank you so much, guys, for all the activity in the
You can
comments.
just talk. It's not as loud for them as it is for you. It is loud, but it's not as loud. For them.
Okay. But yeah, like let's talk about the story a little bit, just about how what our characters' like main motivation was, because it was interesting. Like we showed at the beginning of the movie that they're all like in dire straits, and they see that there's this ship floating out in space that has cryo tubes, and their big plan is to basically migrate to another planet because shit is terrible on this planet.
They're gonna steal.
All right.
Things
But it takes about 9 years to get to that other planet. And why waste 9 years when you can cryo sleep the whole way?
They're lazy.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about water. You just cryo sleep the whole way. So they decide they're gonna steal these cryo ships. But unknowns to them, this is the ship that was at the beginning of the movie. The real beginning of this movie, where we find out that the alien from the first Alien movie has been discovered by Wayland Tech. They've been searching for 17 years for the alien from the first Alien movie, and they captured it. And much to their surprise, everything.
So
But
This is Bantha. Slow down.
hard. We're going hard here, man. Shout out to the 5th Bantha.
Last time I was throwing $20, I was half naked.
I appreciate all the love in the chat. But yeah, like, what did you guys think of like the fact like this is like a direct sequel to the first Alien movie, and like we're picking up where that left off. We find out that the alien for the first movie didn't die. It can survive in the vacuum of space, and it is like the inciting one of the inciting incidents for this movie. Jeff, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I liked that it was a continuation of Alien. 5th Bantha not happening. And so I liked where it came in the timeline. But I mean, really, it survived the vacuum of space. Like, that's okay. Obviously, for a sci-fi horror movie, you're suspending some disbelief, but you're asking me to take a real big leap there. Not only did this thing not freeze, which should have, also somehow the pressure difference alone should have torn the thing inside out. And it's just like, I can even buy that this thing's got acid for blood, but the vacuum of space, I was annoyed by that.
Only reason I wasn't annoyed by that is because in the first movie, they established that this is basically an indestructible being that can survive the greatest temperatures, hot or cold. Now, after that movie, they threw all of that out the window. So who's to say what is what and what is not what? But I agree with you to a certain point, like to a certain degree, like, but to be fair, they did.
To be fair,
they definitely touched on that or established, that this is basically an indestructible being in the first one. But yeah, like I said, they threw all that out the window in the second one when they were just shooting them with bullets and they were just exploding.
Yeah.
Shout out to James Cameron.
And in the words of Lulu Dallas, supreme being.
I thought you were gonna say James Cameron.
Yeah. The goat.
Yeah, and let's talk about Andy a little bit in this movie because he is a character.
Yeah, he's the only
fair.
nigga in the movie.
Yeah. And
going against horror movie trope, he lives.
Yeah, it's a black guy who lives.
Oh, really? My brother right here lives.
Yeah, he lives all the way through the.
He looks like he's ready to die right here.
So that's because he's a malfunctioning synthetic to the point where in the beginning of the movie you think he might be like a little autistic or something, somewhere on the spectrum, and it turns out that's literally like the first 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
To the point where you literally, it was a really great plot device for them to use, where it's just his programming's messed up, or like they eventually bring up like her dad found him in a dumpster and like rebuilt him, and it was a way of taking. You know what? Someone had a prom night oopsie, and then
prom night oopsie.
T-shirt.
Yeah, that's a punk band name, right?
The prom night oopsie. Prom night oopsie was at the end of the movie when in the cryo chamber.
Oh God.
So the thing is though, it was a way of taking a synthetic, making them much more human. But then later on, when he gets Rook's data bank or whatever, it changes him into a fucking this badass. This actor deserves all the awards.
He did a switch up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he went to the classic, evil, everything for the company, need to save the aliens synthetic, and then back to I'm the big brother.
He was Worlds on their ass.
He was in this actor. He was in
David
this show called Industries on HBO. Just got its second season on
third season even
with Kit David Johnson.
It's gonna have Kit on there this year, but this guy, the black dude, was on there at least on season 1. I hadn't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay, David Johnson.
I'm only asking this because I've heard 2 different people talk about Andy and Rain, both talking about how they separately look like John Boyega and Daisy Ridley. Do you feel like this is the Finn and Ray that we deserve? Do you feel like this is the duo that we?
No, because they weren't in love.
Kaylee Spaney sounds like a fake name to me.
I mean, it might be a stage name.
What's your name? Kaylee Spaney.
Kaylee Spaney. It does.
I mean, it could definitely be a fake name, but this is Hollywood.
It's like Anthony, or
almost as upset as I get when I remember that my sister named him Anthony.
Yeah.
Are we gonna review Industry?
No.
It doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't really fall into.
I mean, is it nerd?
Lexicon of
it always seemed like a lesser Succession when I was looking at the previews.
This has nothing to do with Succession.
It looks interesting.
It seemed like a lesser. It has just from the.
Well, I mean, it has nothing to do. As someone who's seen it, as someone who's
world's bullshit.
As someone who's seen it, it is nothing to do with or anything like Succession. It's nothing.
Is it corporate?
It has to do with
corporate climbers.
No, you need to watch it because Succession. If you think Succession is about corporate climbers, is that what you think?
All right. Yeah. Back to prom night dumpster babies.
We're talking about.
We get back to Alien Romulus and specifically the relationship between Ray and Finn. Like, what did you guys think of their relationship? Because like she has,
it just wasn't the same.
I know. I'm just doing that to make a joke. But what did you guys think of just like as far as specifically? She has this emotional attachment to him, even though he's an android. Like she claims him as her brother. But everybody else is like, yo, dog, that's just a piece of machinery. Like, what did you think about just the way that relationship played out throughout the show, throughout the movie, and especially at the ending where she makes that moment where she risks everything to rescue
you, Jeff. You.
So it's again one of those ones where it can absolutely be a trope. She's clearly got this. He's more of a memory of her father in the beginning, more of a connection to her past and her parents, whereas to the point where he's almost a burden on her. But then by the end of the movie, she comes to really, see who he is, appreciate him. It's one of the reasons why, she would much rather have Andy, her brother, back than Andy, the, has access to everything robot. And like I said, it's something that I feel like we see a decent amount in movies or TV shows where, you're kind of feel like you're held back by this person, but in the end you realize how much they mean to you and how much you love them. But I think they did a very good job of that in this movie. They only had, what was it, 2.5 hours? Not even, it was 1 hour and 59 minutes. And I feel like they ran that arc really well in that time.
Bill wanted me to bring up this.
No, I just said, do you know what the fuck that means? That's what I said. Do you know what the fuck that means?
Unfiltered Bachelor said, "Me, I want Daisy and John, Mom. We got Daisy and John at home, right? Are the Daisy and John that we got at home?"
That's Daisy and John at home.
We want to get Pizza Hut. We got pizza at home, and the pizza at home you have is just like she put marinara and cheese on a bagel.
Right.
Yeah.
This is cheddar cheese on the sourdough bread. This is not pizza.
I made some awesome sourdough today. I'm very happy with
it. First of all, no, I don't think that they were anything like Flynn and Ray.
Yeah.
I feel like it was more of it was, you know what? I can't put it. It's like on the tip of my tongue, man. But like we've had this before. Android saving, regular person.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We've done this trope before. You said iRobot.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah, you know what I mean. But
So,
like we've had this trope before in Hollywood.
We've had it in Aliens with Bishop.
This is the thing. Knowing what we know now after our weekend binge of Aliens, Bishop didn't actually have her best interest at heart. He was just really just trying to win her. Like, because in my opinion, that's why we end up in 3 where she's pregnant with the damn thing, because Bishop really was
too much to get into there.
Exactly. Bishop was really Walton and what was his name? The dude, the owner, the company.
Waylon. Yeah.
Waylon. He was really Waylon, and Waylon was really him. So it's like, because at this point Waylon's already dead, so we know that he's supposed to be dead. So that means it was always Android. So he always had negative intentions in place.
Yeah.
So, and anyway. Exactly. Hold on. I should have hit this button first because it got crazy.
Check out T-Pins.
Nice. That's a good one too.
Oh shit!
Wayland Corporation right there.
Of course. Waylon got a cash.
His fun run of the Evil Corporation Pride Pins.
This is the Daisy and John of this year right here.
Oh, who are these ones?
Fallout.
The Fallout.
Oh, the Fallout
newbies.
girls.
You remember that show that we covered?
You remember that show?
They won't be winning. Hopefully, they won't be winning best stunt performance in a television drama series. Hopefully, they will.
Visual effects. Because,
hopefully, either one of those. Hopefully, they're nominated for 17 fucking awards. 2 of them you can miss.
You can miss one. But 2. To your point, Billy. I do. Obviously, like the relationship is much different than Ren and Faye and Ren, Ray and Finn.
Wow.
Because it's not a romantic relationship at all. It's very, very much brother, sister, like sibling vibes. Like I can't see who said it in the chat right now, but whoever said it in the chat. But it's very much sibling vibes. It's very much a platonic relationship.
Me of Sister Soldier.
Othelius.
And
Othelius, yes.
And this relationship attributed to two of my favorite lines in this movie. One because it was like so corny and silly, and one of them because it was actually like genuinely great. One that was silly is when after Andy puts the chip in his brain and he has the code switch, he becomes smarter.
Yeah, he started code switching.
And he starts making like these really morally cold decisions. And then and then Rain says, "Andy, are you in there?" Like for whatever reason, I thought that was really silly.
There you are, Peter.
Yeah, you and Heavy Spoilers were like saying that you and Heavy Spoilers were saying is like, "Annie, are you okay?" And I'm like,
that's funny.
They said that later for sure.
She said that later.
She's for sure said the line, "Andy, are you okay?"
Are you okay,
Wait
Andy?
a goddamn minute.
Andy, are you okay?
Are you
Well,
okay?
Okay, Andy.
He was. I mean, it was the moonwalk. So.
Oh, rim shot.
Rim shot.
I got rid of the rim shot, and y'all are over here killing the shit. I'm gonna just have to hit y'all with this one right here.
That's what we call fair.
And the other line that I really, really liked in this, because when you find out,
yeah, let's do the best lines of the movie. Yeah, your one-liners.
My favorite line in the movie, which had a little bit of setup, when they all the young kids are deciding to migrate to this other planet. That's why they're still in these cryo tubes. It's found out halfway through the movie that basically Andy can't come with them because there's no synthetics allowed at this planet for whatever reason. They don't really get into it, but for whatever reason, synthetics aren't allowed. So she has already made the decision, like off camera, to abandon him. It's like, I'm just gonna leave him behind.
that.
They never clear up in the end. They're still going to that planet.
Right, but
that's how
she's just like, yeah, never mind.
She's like, no, son, I ain't never gonna leave you. Fuck them. We'll just go there and murk everybody. You see, we just killed these aliens.
I would love to
cut the other disc. We're good. I'll just plug it in, let you kill it, take it out.
I'll watch the TV series where these two are like fucking fugitives on this alien planet. we can't let anybody know that you're a synthetic.
Why does she have to put him in? No, never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
But
your line. I need to hear the line.
But yeah, after they explain that they can't take him with them, and then he gets smart, and they have that he has the code switch change, and then they have to leave one of the other characters behind because if they were to try to save her, then that would potentially kill everybody on board. But yeah, fuck her. So Andy and Rain are making their way to safety, and Rain is distraught by the fact that they had to sacrifice one of their friends. And she's like, "How could you do that?" Because it was ultimately Andy's choice to leave the person behind. And Andy says, "Wait, what? Leave someone behind?" And he just like sort of lets that line linger for a moment. Just like, "You were about to leave me behind, bitch." Like that's what we're doing here. Like, I thought that was like such a poignant line. It just like meant so much, and he didn't have to like lay it on too thick, but it just like perfectly sets up their situation then, and just like emphasizes a little bit of guilt on Rain to make her make her decision later on in the movie. I just thought that was a great line.
Millie said, "Sorry, Millie. Let us know if you don't want us to call you that. Like we."
Let us know if you want to.
That's just probably exactly. But there's something in the fucking water.
It's so in the water.
It's so in water. It's so in water.
Millie I knew brought up a good one earlier before that too. That just when Andy just says run. That was such a good fucking part of the movie.
Well played.
Because it was the face hugger scene with all of them. And I was just like, no.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Run,
and then all those stupid dad jokes.
Yeah, the dad jokes were nice too.
The solution for a claustrophobic astronaut is to give him more space. Thank you, Andy. I love you.
I got one that was not in the movie.
Oh,
I feel like they did damn near every dad joke that existed. But what is a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet?
R.
You think it'd be R, but it'd be a C. And then I got something about a goat fucking a goat, but we can't do that.
That was not a dad joke.
That is a dad. Trust me, it's a dad joke, but it's just a good dad joke.
And it's a good character moment too, because obviously we have all these dad jokes because this.
Oh no,
it's a lot of dad jokes because this person is like sort of an avatar for her
programmed by her dad.
Yeah,
surrogate father, babysitter,
which also
but then she becomes his babysitter. Yeah. And it seems like, we definitely get a moment where we find out that he resents that he hasn't been able to protect her or live up to what he could be because she views him like in a child mindset.
Right. Yeah. He has like the moment after he gets some clarity, or he's basically like, oh, you don't have to look at me as a child anymore. This is a moment where I can actually do something for you. Like he's happy that he's like, oh, I can do shit. Watch me work.
Yeah, when they unstupid him.
Yeah, when they unstupid him.
Yeah, all of a sudden. But I don't like how he's smart, because when he's smart, he's British, and then when he's not smart, he's fucking American.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it works.
Hey, he could be Canadian.
It's plenty of dumbass European and British niggas. They plenty of them is dumb.
Oh, that was the something in the water guy.
Exactly.
You have to have a cockney accent.
Exactly, man. Oh, you know what, man? I don't appreciate that, man. That's it's fucked up.
What is this joke?
DC Ved best dad joke. Oh, I don't think I'm smart enough for this joke.
Dick Vid?
Well, whoa. Try talking British.
Dick Vid. I don't know. Shit.
Then you'll be smart enough.
Talking turd. I need help.
Log one, Brody. Log one.
But Rain had an American accent, so they had to match.
I mean, there were other things about them that didn't match.
Yeah, like
what happened? First of all, the reason that they did that is because in the previous movie, they did that with Fassbender's character, David, and Walter. Walter. Now Walter had a voice like this.
Walter's voice was fucking insane.
Going Australian with it.
Walter's American voice
accent.
was.
Please let us know in the comments what country you think Walter was from.
I want to know what Fassbender had to do to prepare for that voice.
Oof. I'm gonna tell you what he had to do: kick himself in the nuts. Walter
deceived.
Deceived. Oh, you just wrinkled my brain, man.
Deceived, bro.
Man, that's pretty great.
Yeah, no, definitely that was great. What was I saying?
The joke?
Yeah, it was. Hold on.
What's the setup?
Yeah,
the only thing you wrote in the earlier one was deceived.
Yeah, and that's the best dad joke. I don't understand.
I can't remember how the whole delivery was, but that was in there. I got you. I got
your only hope. Type it in the comments. Let us know what the
type out the whole joke. Yeah, because actually, just Google it. What are you talking about? Y'all Google it if y'all want to know the whole dad joke shit. But yo, shout out to the dude who was saying it's all in water. It's all in water. Isn't that him right there? Pull him up. Isn't that him? That was him. Yeah, he's the one who said. Right? Yeah, he was one. It's all in water. This is him.
No, I thought it was the other one, the one that gets killed.
It was too, but he wasn't the one who saw it in the water first. It was this guy who saw it in the water first.
No, the other guy saw. I mean, either way. Oh, dude,
why is he holding the gun like that?
He's teaching her how to shoot.
Use it.
Actually, this is one of the
which is a callback to Aliens.
Yeah, and also a callback to video games, because this is one of the coolest things in this movie. Yeah, like I really liked how, because if someone wants to cry Mary Sue, this tiny little female who's given a gun who doesn't know how to shoot, now how she's shooting these aliens. Well, it actually has auto lock.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to pay attention to it. Yeah, I was just showing the people.
Okay, so I didn't know if that point was for me.
Yeah.
But like it has auto luck, just like your favorite video, your first person shooter video game. And it helps you lock on to your target, so you're an expert marksman. So I thought that was like a cool thing to add.
Also,
in this universe,
it was a definitely cool thing to add because the Gen Zers, they got Twitch dudes who be out here faking they streams and be having the assistant shooter on there, and it's like, yo, son, you cheating. Now, I don't know the politics about all that stuff. I feel like it shouldn't be nothing wrong with me doing that, but I guess it's like the authenticity of Mr. Beast type shit. Like, you're not being authentic if I'm paying to watch your stream.
Right.
I'm assuming that I'm paying to watch you really watch, like you really
Yeah,
play,
I
not you.
Yeah,
fudge the game in any kind of way. So yeah,
I can see it being a skill thing. Yeah.
So a couple of years
issue
and about being authentic too, because don't lie to me and tell me you're really doing
right.
So a couple years ago, Nerf came out with a very limited line of the Marine pulse rifles from Aliens, and man, I am so sad I didn't pick one up. They look awesome. They're so cool, but they're like $400 now if you find one.
God damn.
Nerf gun?
One day we're gonna have John Oliver money and we're gonna be like, man, I heard about those those alien pulse rifles and I bought one.
Yeah.
Dude,
I got
a friend who got one. Oh, it's awesome. It's got normal Nerf darts and then it's got like the grenade Nerf darts. I want one.
God damn. I want to hang out.
This YouTube thumbnail right here is fucking ridiculous.
What's this?
That's it.
That face.
Beavis and Butthead on the shirt.
He's finishing.
He's
serious right there.
Flushing and everything. Shit.
Do you see this comment that Ophelia said?
Hosted the Kumite allegedly.
Nigga, you remember the Kumite?
Yeah, I mean from a movie.
Nigga, isn't that in
It's from Bloodsport, right?
No, I thought the Kumite was from goddamn Boondocks.
Oh, it's from Boondocks, but it's from they got
it's
it from
Kumite,
Bloodsport.
nigga. It's Kumite, nigga.
Kumite.
And then they hear the whoosh every time they say Kumite.
The Kumite.
This guy is the fucking Nerf rifle god right here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's channels that all they do is review Nerf guns, and they're pretty awesome.
And y'all can check them out on your own time. We can get rid of this goofy ass looking nigga right here.
I didn't say he was goofy looking, but Jesus.
Oh no, all that.
I was just saying, like, you see all that shit in this background? Holy shit.
Yeah, y'all no.
But we have to, before we end this discussion on Alien Romulus, and I'm sure Andy is really sad that he just walked away. So I'll ask you, Bill, first. What did you think of the last 20 minutes of this movie? Because with every Alien movie, we have to have our second ending.
So to give him some time to get back, who's your MVP?
Oh, it's actually going to be this guy we're about to talk about. Is a fucking weird baby teeth skeleton man.
Yo, I'm calling him Titty Baby.
Titty Baby. Okay.
Shit, they're popping out. Oh my god. We're gonna have to pick those up later.
Nerf made an automatic rifle.
Semi-automatic
The
rifle.
most American thing ever.
No,
I'm doing my part.
That's an automatic.
Jeff's over here. Like
they made an automatic rifle. What does it look like?
That was it.
I know. I was too late with it because I was taking a shot.
All right.
I'm gonna do so much cleaning tomorrow.
Let's get this nigga out of here.
Who is your MVP?
You didn't say who your MVP was.
I did. I said it was the baby teeth.
You said
I said it was Titty Baby.
Titty Baby. Titty Baby was pretty damn good. I'm going with Andy, man. Jeff got it right there. It's Andy, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna elaborate too much. Who was yours, Jeff?
There's no question. It was absolutely Andy. First
Yeah.
off, he was just a great character. Second off, that actor fucking killed it. And third off, he's just like the only good person in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
And Dylan, to answer your question, it is a Nerf gun that can shoot 100 of those little Nerf balls, and it's an automatic, so I don't have to cock it every time because I'm an adult and spend too much money on stupid shit.
That's right. Also, if you're fortunate enough to have enough passive income or any kind of just extra income, you go get you a super soaker created by a black man. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we talked about that.
Was he also a NASA engineer?
Yeah, he was actually was
real
working
smart
on something for NASA when he created the super soaker.
Yeah.
So shout out to him and shout out to y'all if you didn't know that. Black facts.
Black facts.
Bro, I loved Millie said, bro, I love the third act, so damn weird and insane.
100%.
Let's just talk about what tripped what was Othelius was talking about earlier about Titty Baby being born at the end.
Yeah.
You mean the miracle of life? Okay.
You mean
that was definitely a weird scene.
Messiah?
Because we do get like a hint earlier on in the movie. One of the characters mentions that she's pregnant, and toward the end of the film, she's badly injured, and our main characters get a hold of the protagonist. Oh, sorry, not the protagonist, the Prometheus black ooze from Covenant in these little weaponized vials, and they posit that it could help her heal herself because they see some footage of it healing a rat before it goes crazy ape shit.
But you feel me on that when I was talking about yesterday, like there's no way she heard them talking about that. So why would she then stab herself?
Yeah.
Unknowing how, like never seeing any results of how this worked. Like, why would you just stab yourself with this?
Because science, duh.
You just wake up, it's like, this isn't syringe, it's probably gonna help me.
Or heroin. Win-win.
Yeah. It's either Black Prometheus or Black Tar.
No. That just bothered me. I mean, it only bothered me because it was like, yo, I know that we gonna get this in the movie. Mm-hmm. Like once we saw the shit, once they said it, I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how it was gonna happen, and I felt like the way that they went about it, it was kind of like a little lazy.
It reminded me a lot of the zombie baby from Dawn of the Dead.
It did, it did have the zombie baby vibes for sure. Like I had some twigs to that for sure. And I want to see how you feel about like the ending specifically, Andy. But yeah, I also
who's your MVP?
No, yeah, I already said
MVP.
Did
his MVP. We all did.
I namesaked.
I had a thing. In the words of Archer, man, I had something for this.
But, while you're finding it, Dylan, it's specifically called the Nerf Rival Nemesis MX-VII-10K Blaster. Red or blue.
Pow.
Put it in Amazon. Go ahead and get yourself.
Go just win every Nerf battle with the little humans. It's always fun.
Lil Frothy said in the chat, my fave was when she said, "Get it away from me." As a mom, that made me chuckle.
Oh yeah.
Get this motherfucker away from me. And then so 5 points for everybody who thought that they was about to breastfeed the little alien titty baby.
Yeah, I still think that's what happened.
It's not what happened. She literally ate the bitch. Like she was sitting there.
We didn't see where she was where it was.
You don't know how xenomorphs breastfeed.
No, yeah, we definitely saw where she was hanging from. She was hanging from like her. All you saw was this part of her body missing, except for her head. Like, yeah, that's called he's eating her body, just like he was eating, or just like the other alien ate a part of the other person's body earlier in the movie. Like, yeah, it's that's just how it happens. And also, it's
All right.
I mean, yeah, dog. That's definitely. I think if you saw it a second time, you're gonna go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's right there, yeah, okay,
Maybe. But I just feel like they did.
I mean, I know if you saw it, you would do it. But I mean, but yeah.
Talking Turd said, I remember watching. I remember watch a weird Italian zombie movie with a zombie baby and a disturbing breastfeeding scene. Can't remember what it was called.
Burial Ground.
Called zombie. Wait, what?
Burial Ground.
Burial Ground.
I googled Italian. I googled Italian zombie movie with breastfeeding zombie baby.
Can't be but one of them, right? Like for real. Like if there's five of them to pick from, then like what the hell? No, we're not watching that.
Lil Frothy says, "Why do you keep calling him titty baby?" Because it's funny. That's pretty much
because y'all thought that he was about to. Because y'all thought that he was about to breastfeed, so that's why I call him titty baby.
But yeah, ultimately because it's funny.
But it has logic. Funny.
The reception for the movie. Sarah Castillo of FearNet stated that the film is notable for its near total lack of plot and bloody zombie breastfeeding scene. So yeah, Burial Ground. There you go, bud.
Is this the movie?
Oh my gosh.
I guess.
Upsetting. Just from that. I'm sure that's obviously not even the most upsetting part of the
1981 movie.
The
So
80s.
there you go. Yeah.
Let me just prove to y'all why he wasn't breastfeeding. Okay. She wouldn't have been dead. He would have just been sucking on her titty. She wouldn't have died from a nigga sucking on her titty.
Okay.
So therefore,
you don't know how hard he sucks. He's got a little.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that she wouldn't have died from him sucking on her titty.
I think it's fair to say that everything about the maternal.
Okay, now it's got to be okay. Never mind.
He's sitting there breastfeeding. You don't know where the inside mouth could be inside there, and just like
you're
stabbing her
not
heart.
sucking it. You're not sucking it right.
Trying to make a different logic than the goal. This is goalpost maneuver.
Does anyone else feel like we're getting to a conversation that The Weeknd and the Idol would really love? Unfortunately,
yeah. He is a vampire in the Idol. Tedros is a vampire.
Oh yeah, Tedros is a vampire. I mean that is a true fact.
Do you guys think that like this is a revitalization of the alien genre though? Like,
yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
where they're going to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is where they've been going since Prometheus. Yeah.
But this kind of like just recharged people into because it seems like it was doing a lot. Like, did this get a good box office or whatever?
Yes, very much so.
So far, so good.
Yeah, it had $8 million over the first weekend.
Second weekends are the biggest weekends though, because that tells you because it could fall off a cliff.
The drop.
Yeah, for sure. But
I don't see any way this film doesn't get a sequel.
No, look, let me tell you. If there's anything we've learned from the Alien series, is gonna get a sequel.
That's a good point.
It don't matter if it don't make money, if it doesn't matter if it does make money, which it always makes money. By the way, so yeah, it's definitely gonna be coming back. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, there's a movie slated on the Fox calendar. I think it's 2026 called Aliens Earth.
Yeah,
and
that's
I don't
actually
think that
right.
has a script or anything.
No, I think it does.
I also hope it doesn't have keep that title. That sounds stupid.
Romulus refers to suckling.
It does though. I mean, every time when you saw the image of the kids, every single time but the space station they were on and every time you see the image of the kids, Romulus and Remus, they are nursing from the wolf.
Yeah, it was also called Remus, so it doesn't necessarily just mean Romulus. I mean, look.
Oh, wow.
Look,
Remus was also nursing from the wall.
I said, if we're going to base it in actual logic, like if we're going to hold on to the logic that y'all are forming, if we're going to base it on the form, but Romulus is the only one that means to suck. And anyway, so if we're going to base it on the logic that y'all are standing in,
can we get off of the fucking breastfeeding?
Yeah,
y'all are the ones who brought it up. Like literally.
What bothers you about breastfeeding? It's a part of life, Jeff.
It's nothing bothers me. It's about it's about what happened and what didn't happen in the movie, which is what we're talking about right here on the Drunk Banthas podcast every Monday, 8 p.m.
I'm sorry, I was a formula baby, so
I could tell.
This offends.
Wait a minute. Who said it did solid work for sure? What's that?
Did solid work for sure. Dylan said it did solid work for sure. Great callback. Young good talking about frothy. Wanted to scream hell to the nah so many times, probably during the breastfeeding thing.
Oh,
nah, so many times. That's the whole movie. Like hell to the nah. What was your favorite hell to the nah moment?
When did when that offspring? I thought he meant the band, and I was like, how did I miss that?
Yeah. Hold on. Jeff, what was your hell to the nah moment in this movie?
So it's interesting because I mean, like that's fucked up scene was clearly the miracle of life, but the part that fucked with me the most personally was the facehuggers. There were so many of them, and they're just so terrifying.
The facehuggers.
Something about the idea of like for in my mind when I think of the facehuggers, I think of what it must feel like when like they shove that thing down your throat, and I get chills every time.
Yeah, the hell to the nah moment for me was when they
did it again.
When old girl, the Asian girl, got when they were pulled the
when they pulled the facehugger off her,
and then like the tube came all up out of her throat and shit, and I was like, ooh, that was a hell to the nah moment for me. But also a hell to the nah moment for me was when they smashed the rat. And then they got the rat back to life by hitting them with the little antidote pathogen thing. I was like, man, they smashed, for y'all who don't know, they smashed this rat like with a mallet, basically, and just smash him to pieces. And then they shoot him with this thing, and then it brings him back to life. And then something, what'd you call it? What'd you call it? The backbuster? What'd you call it?
The backbuster.
The backbuster. Yeah. See, that's the first.
Oh no, the backburster from Covenant.
Backburster. See, yeah, that's what I was
chest bursters and the normal ones.
Bursters, and then we got the backbursters, and yeah, it backbursted through the rat. So that's I'm like, that was definitely a hell.
It was one of those like mechanical hammers from Forged in Fire. I think fuck that that rat up.
What was your hell to the nah?
See, if they had a Jones, it would have been fine. That rat would have been fucked.
It would have been just fine.
I do want to say first, my hell to the moment is
that is not a category.
I'm just
changes the rules.
Exactly, goalposts being moved.
Hey,
we can't mention Lila. No, we can't mention her. Well, okay, but first I'm going to mention Lila.
Yeah, exactly. Been there.
Hey, what can I say? I make my own rules. But I just want to say the hell to the moment is when the guy smokes the joint during that gravity moment. He like smokes the joint in just like one hit. I don't understand the logistics of this, but this seems cool as fuck. Like
it's a joint, like the weed in that bitch.
There's no reason.
I wonder how strong that weed is.
The G's are forcing.
It's a planet with no sun. I can't imagine. Mushrooms would probably be great, but not.
Nigga, what is your hell to the nah moment?
I wasn't asking for an explanation.
I didn't say you were. I'm cutting it up. First of all, I didn't ask you that. I said, what is your hell to the nah moment?
Yeah. My hell to the nah moment is it's gonna be one of the face hugger moments in the containment room because because of the practical effects of everything, like you get to see it just like whirl around in the dude's mouth. It was very upsetting. I really got disturbed by that moment.
Why is Alien so like sexual?
Which
Have you
part?
noticed that?
Well, that's because
All
that's
of
where the
Alien.
healing comes from.
What you mean? What you talking about? What's the sexual part?
It has to be naturally like
Very-
sexual.
I mean,
It's very phallic.
Well, no, hold on.
The head is very phallic.
Hold
But I mean, like
I'm trying
Alien
to.
Resurrection, there's literally a scene that almost got cut because they're like, that's way too. Sigourney and the aliens are too sexual. Can't do that.
Alex, what are you going to say? Because that was that. What were you about to say? What were you about to say?
Well,
elaborate.
like I feel like the themes of these movies are naturally like sexual, not like romantically sexual, but just sexual in the sense of like we're talking about creation of life, and especially with these creatures, they have to invade another creature's body.
Parasite. Yeah,
to
parasite
procreate.
type of, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like there's always like this sort of
Birth is
obviously-
even like a good birth is very violent. They're just kind of extending that.
yeah, there's like
That's true.
there's an invasive nature to sex and procreation in general. So like I think
Yeah.
with that just comes along with all of the themes of this movie.
Are like chest bursters and back bursters naturally like a
Sexual.
Well, I mean, like
is
maybe
different
in a
than-
vaginal birth can literally tear a woman apart.
Okay, sexual is different than procreation, and because procreation can happen in many different ways. We have.
I'm meaning the term
We-
sexual
well-
in the very basic terms of the meaning of sexual creation, like sexual.
Yeah, but that is not.
things.
Those words don't actually make sense together with the way you're saying them. That's what I'm making point out right now. Is that those actually don't make sense together. Sexual creation can happen without sex. And there can be a gender or whatever, but it's sexual, like, because there's asexual, which is what these characters are. They are producing eggs in your body almost. Well, all of them are female. They can be a queen, but all of the characters are female because they can all produce eggs inside of your body. So
No, only the facehuggers can. The actual xenomorphs could be.
how does a
I think they're probably
xenomorph
just
facehugger?
asexual.
How does a facehugger get created? Because
The queen
Sounds
lays
like
an
they're
egg.
fucking your face.
no, hold on, because we've had.
Aliens.
It sounds
Hold
like
on
a
a
fucking your face.
Hold on a second. We've had xenomorphs pop out, and then all of a sudden, there's no other beings on the ship other than humans. A xenomorph pops out, and then there's multiple people impregnated with aliens.
What movie?
This is every single one of them.
The
Every
first,
single one.
the first movie,
No,
there's one alien. The second movie, Aliens, there's multiple, but we see the queen laying eggs. The third movie, Alien 3, there's just the one that was left over that got into the dog and the one that got into Sigourney while she was traveling. I mean, we never see them outside of a queen make more facehuggers, with the exception of actually Alien Covenant, where David makes one.
Yeah. So anyway, we definitely have. There can't be that. So how do they get started then? Because it's not just it's not just the queen. It's not just the queen, because you have where they mass produce at times. So that is not just the queen. Like, you don't just have to have a queen around for it to happen. But at the same time, neither here nor there, for there to be a non-asexual situation, there has to be someone to germinate the seed. So therefore, it is still producing asexually regardless. So my whole point is that when you talk about sex and sexuality refers to the lust of, or the passionate nature of having intercourse. These things don't take place in what we're talking about, so therefore they're reproducing asexually.
Unfiltered Bachelor quote in the comments: the abuse part of a creature violently entering you and then leaving you is a metaphor for sexual abuse. That was like a thing Ridley Scott did, and he's the creator.
Just to go back to another.
Yeah,
the hidden message of the first movie was about sexual abuse, hence the whole phallic symbols.
I don't understand phallic symbols. I'm not getting that.
The head's a dick.
I mean, my dick don't look like that. I don't get it.
Alien. Okay, phallic is like a banana.
I know,
and the alien head just
head
looks
doesn't
like
look phallic to me. I mean, like I said,
Okay.
It could just be me. It could be my dick. It just doesn't look phallic to me. I don't know. I never got that. It's not like I haven't heard that before. I'm just saying, doesn't look phallic to me.
But like,
Your dick doesn't do this thing where it like has another dick come out and like
your face
you
is.
gotta get that checked out. That's how
Again, must be white dicks. He pops off.
All right, I'm gone. I don't.
Anyway.
But yeah. So like, speaking of creation, like we do get this like weird creation of this species that's sort of like a xenomorph, but sort of a human, sort of one of those engineers we saw from Prometheus. Is like a wholly new design, and it's super creepy. And this is one of the few alien movies that's sort of like spoilers for anybody who doesn't want to know the end of
like Christian Bale in The Machinist.
Yeah, looked like a fucking Joaquin Phoenix. I feel like this is one of the few happy endings in all of the Alien franchise. Like where
there's two.
Yeah, there's like
it's two and this one.
Yeah. If two doesn't like end up going into
three.
Yeah, into three. Like it's pretty much a happy ending. And this one seems kind of happy too. Like, so what did you guys think about?
Technically, that means it's two back-to-back happy endings because this is between 1 and 2. So, like timeline wise, like so technically, this is you get two back-to-back endings that are really nice.
Yeah, like do you feel like you want to see more adventures with these two characters, or are you satisfied with just like this being the ending of their story and this being just like a happy ending of them going off into the sunset?
There's nothing happy about any of these movies. There's nothing good that happens in any of these movies. Like we can say it has a happy ending, but it started with like 7 people in the movie. So like happy is relative.
Less people is a happy ending.
That's why I call it happy ending. It's like a bunch of crazy shit happening. But it's like there's.
I understand what you're saying. I said, what did I say? I said happiness. Happy ending is relative. So that's relative to your situation at the end of this movie. That's what I'm saying.
So wait, so do the xenomorphs like it depends on like who you like who the face huggers like, and then they adapt from who they. Because I thought it was like if it's like a human or.
That's why in 3, it's a different type of xenomorph because it face hugged the dog, and why in Alien versus Predator Requiem, that's a xenomorph that came from a face hugger hugging a predator, which I think are called the Yautja.
Right. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool lore.
It would have been if the Alien vs. Predator Requiem didn't suck.
Oh, but funny thing about that, just like a little anecdote. The director of this movie, Fede Alvarez, like he was asked about potential like Alien vs. Predator stuff, like movie. He's actually really good friends with Dan Trachtenberg, who made Prey, which is also a really great movie.
So good.
You can stop trying to hook up to the Instagram because we're done on Instagram. It only does for an hour.
Wow. And
we've only been going for 3 of those.
This movie was almost went the way of Prey and was almost a Hulu original movie as well. But
can you imagine if they didn't release this in theaters? Swinging a mess.
Man, they
this
time.
Shout out to Dylan, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta treat this like it's Twitch. I'm hitting buttons every time motherfucker say something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Let's appreciate
it. And we got some people watching. We got one person watching on Twitch, and a few people watching on other platforms. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
guys. That's awesome.
Appreciate y'all, man. For real, y'all really are the reason that the channel is going. For real. Really appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take a shot.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take a shot too. And you know,
I didn't say you could do that, did I?
Damn.
It's the Drunk Banthas podcast every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Y'all, that's what we do here.
And the chat is bumping too. That's dope.
The chat is bumping. Should we do? Look, check it out. Since everybody's here, we're going to be doing a giveaway next Monday. A giveaway. We're going to do it at the beginning of the podcast. I'm going to start the clock, and at the end of the episode, we'll hit the random button, and it'll randomize all the comments. That's the trick. You got to get a comment in. The more comments, the better your chance of winning the prize. What's the prize? One of these hoodies, one of these shirts. Oh, you ain't got a shirt on. A shirt.
I was gonna say, that's a
whatever.
I'll give you my Doom Patrol shirt.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, we got all.
He's not washing it first.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to that, and maybe we'll give away some. You know, maybe y'all got to chill out giving away the damn memberships. We're gonna have to give away a membership for one of the giveaways. You know what? Fuck it. Y'all keep giving them away, and we'll give away one too. So yeah, shout out to everybody. We're gonna do that next week, just because we're gonna try to do it like once a month-ish. Because I can't do one every fucking week, man. I'm be broke.
Yeah,
broke as hell.
Oh shit! Another donation from Miliungu. God damn.
Damn.
For big homie.
Hey, you got a permit for those guns? Yeah, guys, if you guys got a chance to see Alien Romulus, let us know in the chat what you thought of it, or like you want to rank all of your favorite Alien movies, maybe like from worst to best. I don't know. I think that this is still this is probably number 2 for me.
Number 2?
Yeah.
What's number 1?
I would say Aliens is number 1.
Agreed.
Number 2, Alien is number 3. I still really
man, I can't.
I agree with that assessment, and the only reason Alien, the original, isn't higher up is just because of they didn't have as good of graphics and everything at the time, which isn't their fault.
Practical effects. Yeah.
Practical effects. Thank you.
I just can't go with Aliens because that's where they just decided that everything that they said in the first one didn't matter. And so that was my only problem with like the xenomorphs. Like everything that we established with these creatures, okay, well, some of that don't matter.
Man, they've got so many theories on the xenomorphs now.
Nah, I'm sorry. Nah. Remember when we said they were indestructible?
Actually.
Remember when we said?
Actually,
remember
you
when
said
we
that.
Said?
I'm gonna switch this around.
I was gonna say, does it?
Alien is my number 1. Alien is my number 1.
Alien
Romulus is my number 2. Aliens is my number 3. And it is because I've gone back and forth on those two movies a lot because they're so different.
Man, smartest thing this nigga said all day. Look, he make it up at the end.
But I do really, really appreciate like everything that Alien, that first movie, is, and everything that it sets up. Like I watched it again right before I watched Alien Romulus. And I was like, God damn, this movie is just really beautifully made, and it just like sets up all this lore that's just
exactly
is why you can pick little pieces apart from it and like make Prometheus.
Prometheus doesn't happen if we don't have one.
If that 15-second,
they took that 15-second moment in the second movie and made it nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Not even 15 seconds, but they took that one world building moment, that the incredible set that they built and the props that they built for that, and they said, James Cameron said, fuck all that. Like, who gives a fuck about all that? And we never get that lore again because all the directors after that try to meet that same energy as 2. And yeah, man, like, you know, like somebody said, you know, after 2 came out, you know what happened? The worst thing that could ever happen to a movie like this. It made a lot of money.
Yeah.
No, it made a lot of money. So now we have to see a bunch more of movies like this movie.
I just put together that comment, and that's actually really clever. Million new Alien. He likes them. Alien, Romulus, Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep, that's
That's
clever.
nice.
Alien Romulus.
Yeah, that's
If you
what I
guys
would.
are ever-
That's your
I'm
order,
there.
right?
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
If you guys are ever bored, just start Googling some questions about the xenomorph physiology. It is so interesting. Like, evidently, the way they see is mostly through an electric field. They sense through an electric field the same way a shark does. And then that dome, they can see out of it a little bit. Evidently, the acid for blood is that's why they got those tubes on the back. Those tubes are actually the respiratory system, which brings in the oxygen. Whereas the acid in their blood functions the same way a battery does. Like, and just so much more. Like, I went down so many rabbit holes doing this re-binge of all the movies. It gets really interesting. Same with the Yautja, the Predators.
Now that I'm looking at this, did A Quiet Place steal from this design?
I don't think so, because remember, the Quiet Place heads open up when they're listening.
Or when they're not or when they're like too overstimulated, they like or whatever.
I don't know, I think one of the worst things the Quiet Place did was show us the aliens.
Well, yeah, I agree. Excuse me, I almost burped into the microphone. Jeff, what would your order be, my guy?
Right,
I'm sticking with aliens, Romulus, alien.
Aliens, Romulus, alien. Okay. I feel
so I like kind of flip flop, basically, like backwards.
Alex's original one before he caved to peer pressure. Yeah.
I still feel like I made the right decision. And Alien versus Predator is my number 4. But before we wrap up here,
the hard one for me is trying to figure out where Prometheus fits into all of it, because I really do like Prometheus. I think it gave us a lot of really great world lore.
And see, that's what. See, I haven't given mine yet, and see, was my number 3 was Prometheus. So it goes Alien. No, it goes Prometheus, Alien, Romulus, and Prometheus.
For Alien, Romulus number 2, and Prometheus.
Yeah, because to me, those are the one. I'm going with the lore. I'm going what's gonna make the movies that we just saw in the last 2 movies is gonna be what people look to 20 years.
They are the best stories out of the 3.
Right. And
I might actually be coming around to your list now that I think about it.
Yeah, I do like Prometheus a lot.
I have to put Prometheus in there because Prometheus changed the game of Alien, and it made people come back to it. You know what I mean? And like, it made people even go, was that an Alien movie?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then they had to go back and rewatch it and shit. And that just speaks to how jumbled and sludged the story got over the last 25 years, you know, before that movie came out.
And also, frankly, Fassbender did a great job in that movie.
Fassbender, exactly.
Second best android in all of them.
I think if Covenant just had like a little bit of different like changes in it, then it would have been a lot better. I think they kind of like blew their load a little bit too hard in Covenant.
Yeah, no, definitely. They just tried to have too many characters, do too much shit.
Covenant should have been a TV show or something. I really like Prometheus too. Yeah, Numi Rapace, Michael Fassbender, Charlize Theron, like Guy Ritchie. Right? There was so much really great talent in that movie, and a lot of really great ideas. But
thank you guys. Everybody's out there, you know, saying that the Banthas is the shit. Fuck with that, man. You know, if you guys said we weren't the shit, that'd be cool too. Be honest with you, just because, you know, I like it when people commenting, and I love y'all, regardless if you think we cool or not. But man, shout out to y'all saying, you know, giving us some love, man. I really appreciate everybody, because y'all sitting out here throwing money. I feel like I owe a nipple shot or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a nipple slip or something.
Millie said in the chat, I could definitely be convinced to put Prometheus 3rd. It's currently my 4th. Y'all know Alien versus Predator is my 4th.
I mean, if it's in your top 5, that makes sense.
Look, I don't want nobody to feel like I peer pressured on putting like Jedi mind tricks on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, you know what I'm saying, objectively, like those are the three that make the story go, you know, and then the rest of them are entertaining, fun, you know what I mean, like. But sorry, somebody beating through the wall. It was an alien. But yeah, like those are fun. But as far as
The wall
story,
bursters,
where would I rank them? Yeah, the wall bursters, the back bursters is wild though, and we need to get that on a T-shirt. And it would be really dope if the back of the T-shirt.
I don't know if I'm gonna wear that in public. I will wear it at home, but I'm not wearing a shirt that says.
If it was an alien, if it was aliens, and it had like the little alien on the front. I mean, like, look, it's gonna bust out your back.
Bill,
like,
if you're gonna do it that way, then you don't even write the word back bursters.
Yeah.
You just have it bursting out the back, and the front just says like
there you
alien.
go. See, there you go.
Good, yeah, that's good. That's good. Shit. That's why we hire you, Jeff. Who ordered the white rice? We.
He's the white.
I'm very good at making white rice. I have a rice maker.
We got to get that on a T-shirt too. White LeVar Burton.
White LeVar Burton.
Yep. The picture of Jeff on the back.
The Jordy
front
visors.
says,
I just look confused. Like, why am I here?
the Jordy man. Yes, we gotta get him with the Jordy visors.
In the chat, like, let us know what else you guys would like us to cover. You guys are like gung ho about this alien shit. This is crazy.
Actually, Alex, tell them what we are covering coming up here on the Drunk Banthas channel.
Oh, I'm so
and
glad
on the Nerds at Night channel on the Drunk Banthas podcast every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, because I'm really curious as what y'all gonna say about these. One of them, if I'm not mistaken, is the Ring of Power.
Yes. We are going to be covering the Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings
I
TV
said
series on
Okay.
Amazon. That's coming up pretty soon. And then
August 29th, I think.
Yeah, August 29th. So it's coming up in a couple of weeks. And then we're going to be covering the new Transformers animated movie starring Chris Hemsworth called Transformers 1. The Penguin series from the Batman Robert Pattinson universe, that HBO Max series is starting in September, and then the
Penguins by Madagascar, right? That's not Madagascar related.
Not the same thing.
It might be.
You're still
might
to
show up. The Penguins from Madagascar might show up.
You know what? We might have to hit the Rick and Morty anime. I think it's already out.
I did see that was out. Man, there's so much good stuff.
You know, we can add that. We can add Rick and Morty anime. It ain't nothing to add it.
Yeah, maybe we do it next week.
We got Kite Man's on.
We're like
30
next
minutes.
week.
We be stretching Kite Man out. So
hell yeah.
He's been putting in some work. Then in October we got more Agatha and Penguin. But later in the year we got Silo season 2, Venom 3, the Dune TV series, Skeleton Crew, all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, also we got in October Halloween. We got Does It Hold Up's coming for you. Idle Hands.
Yes. So excited.
Got The Craft, and what was the other one?
What was the other? Casper?
No. Hell no. Wasn't no Casper.
What was the third one?
It was, what did I say? Damn.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Yes.
That's right. So check those out. I mean, look out for those. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, because it's going down. Yeah, well, oh man, where's it going?
Also, October, we've got Yakuza, the show.
Yes, yeah, we got the Yakuza because they're dropping like half
and then half, right?
In October 25th.
It would literally take me till the end of the year to even play the Yakuza games.
I'm playing them
But
right now, and
they
I'm
are
in love.
so fucking long.
Just to answer
So my buddy,
I'm sorry. Just to answer a little
Go ahead.
Frothy's question, we are definitely going to be covering Beetlejuice.
Yeah, we have to.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I'm planning on making a video on that for sure.
Yeah, so we'll be doing all of that. Go ahead, Jeff. My bad.
So the first Yakuza game I ever played was the one that came out this year called Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and that's like the 9th or 10th in the series. When I lent it to my friend, I hadn't finished everything in the game, and the play log, 200 hours.
200 hours.
Those games are long as shit, dude.
They've got so much you can do.
So much stuff in it.
That's like me playing
like GTA, but Japan, basically.
But it was so good that I went and I bought Yakuza games 1 through 5. So,
Dylan, let me tell you something. You signed up for the membership, or you signed up like what is it, 1965? You clicked the membership, you joined, so you'll get all of those Does It Hold Up episodes early, including all the other.
He actually didn't. He bought everybody else one. We're gonna have to get Dylan a membership.
I think I showed him how to do it, so I think he got
anybody who knows that,
I don't see a badge.
Can
no badge. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? He spent enough money for one day. Everybody else, go ahead and get them badges up. Get your badges up.
Millie says she's been running through. He's been running through Solar Opposites, and the story is incredible. Solar Opposites is low key pretty great.
Check out the review for Solar Opposites. Oh no, do you have Solar Opposites?
I don't, but it did.
Never mind.
It did get like an honorable mention during my Christmas stuff.
Are they still doing the wall? Like, are they still progressing the wall plot line?
Don't know. We gotta move.
They did in the 3rd season, but
all questions after the after the outro.
Just
talk.
Where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Well, you can always try and Skype me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledicky2.com. It's because of the hackers. You can try and find Jeff Madel on Facebook at MadelJeff on Instagram. But as always, the easiest way is to find me here on Monday nights.
You can find him right here Monday nights. If hackers haven't gotten to him and taken him away, you can find him right here with us, chilling. Don't forget about Jeff's Comic Book Corner. You know what I mean? It's right here every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Alex, where can the great people find you, sir?
You guys can find us every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the Drunk Banthas panel. Please like and subscribe. You can find us on Letterboxd, Twitter, IG, TikTok, all the internet that you have with Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little xenomorphs, and may the force be